is up, my gamers in Christ? How are we doing today? Today is the date of August 1st of 2026. Happy 1st of the month, ladies and gentlemen. Wake up, wake up. Cash those checks as the great song by Bone Thugs and Harmony would imply. You ever heard of that song? First of the month? Well, guess what? It's the first of the month. I hope you guys are doing well. We are here for another set of debates. You already know. What's up, SBC? Good to see you. I apologize. I wasn't able to get back onto the Discord last night, but I should be in there today again. So if anybody wants to have some good old personal conversations, I got you. Were you alive in... was I alive when that song came out? Were you alive? My bad. No, I was not alive when that song came out. I was not. Nonetheless, it is a great song, and I am here to debate people. If you guys are interested in debating, feel free to call in. It's K. Well, I still feel bad, SBC. I still feel bad, alright? Oh, shout out. Bill got to the stream announcements. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I don't know. Boomer moment, ladies and gentlemen. Boomer moment. I have those a little bit from time to time. But anyways, if you guys are interested in what I have to say, feel free to like and subscribe. Bill is a slacker. Well, no, not at all. We love Bill out here. I'm the slacker, folks. Make no mistake. Bill, SBC, all of my mods, they're the ones actually putting in the work. I'm just some dude, you know what I mean? They're the real heroes. Hey, what's up, Cuckoo? Good to see you. There's the Discord for anybody interested. If anybody wants to interact with the community, see what's going on. Hey, what's up, Bill? Good to see you. Anyways, we are here to debate, ladies and gentlemen. I know. Hard to believe. Hard to believe. Honestly, politics has taken a little bit of a lull point right now. But I'm okay with that. Fake Nike hat? No, it's very real, and it's taken a lot of damage. It is very real, okay? Nothing on me is fake. Alright, bubs? Don't worry. Just a beta blocker, guys. You are fake. Whoa. Raptor, that's a little mean. I'm not a synthetic android. That would be cool if I was, though, right? Anyways, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, especially since politics has taken a bit of a lull in viewership. Alright, I'm off. I have to see Odyssey with my brother early tomorrow. Been to a theater before. That motherfucker is not real. Well, good luck, Bill. I hope you enjoy the Odyssey. Honestly, that's gonna inspire me to watch the Odyssey tonight so we can watch Sargon and Arch's review of it. I think you're inspiring me to watch the Odyssey. Anyways, folks, I just need to tell you real quick. The woke liberal media is trying to silence what I do out here. And if I could just ask real quick for you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe, so you can tell the liars and the wokies and the liberal media that our show is off limits, folks. Off limits. Anyways. Shout out to Alex Jones. I heard somebody the other day say the reason Alex Jones got kicked off was because he was spreading real info, like he was telling the truth. No, he was sued by the victims of a shooting for lying about what took place at that shooting. I don't know how you can mix that up, but some people do. I miss those dudes that were calling in that were huge Alex Jones fans. I wonder where they went to. You use your cheek as cheeks as food deposits? Occasionally. Yeah, for sure. I am, after all, partly squirrel and chipmunk. Alex Jones is a crook and belongs in prison. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in. Also, oh yeah, I gotta put up this, this timer here. There we go, folks. I think that it's a little distracting, though. Wouldn't you agree? It's like it's a little in the face. Literally. It's a little in the face. But if you guys want to affect... Here, there we go. That'll work, actually. Usually my dono light's there, but we can do something else about that. Anyways, don't forget to read your bird tag. What do you mean, my bird tag? I ain't got no damned bird tag. What do you take me for? What do you take me for? Did I not announce that? Oh, I thought I did announce that we were live. I swear. Anyways, feel free to call in if you guys are enjoying, or feel free to call in if you guys disagree. If you guys are enjoying the stream, hit that like and sub button. Makes you extra strong. Oh no, where is my server tag? What happened? Did I get hacked? No, I don't think that's how that works. I need to make my own server tag. At what point do you have the ability to do that? At what point can I create my own server tag? Greetings, fellow humans. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Anyways, folks, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, I did announce and you deleted it. But I misspelled everyone? No way. That's not true. What up, Bob? Good to see you. Anyways, folks, if you guys are enjoying the stream, like and subscribe. It does help. But more importantly, this Trump administration really has been taking massive L after massive L. Now, Trump is starting to get mad at Jeanine Pirro after she refutes his claim of the reflecting pool. My mic sounds low. I don't think... Let me see. So, how does it sound? It should sound fine. I didn't change any settings or anything. I just mean you sound a little quieter than normal. Well, I'm speaking right into the mic right now. Right into the mic. I'm sure everybody loved that. Hey, well, if I am quieter, I apologize, folks. It looks like it's, my levels seem to be normal right now. Late here, and oh my god, okay, it's me, not you. Oh no, you're fine, don't worry about it, gamer. Don't you worry about it. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in. Bean Cordia lost the tag status, but just got it back. Okay. Well, what's up, liberal idiots? That's what I have to say about that, Bill. What's up, liberal idiots? Says Tom. What's up, Tom? This is Dark Tom. This isn't Tom of tomfoolery, folks. This is Dark Tom. And that's scary. That's a scary thought right there. Shout out to Tom. I've been enjoying his streams recently. I don't talk as much in them. Ooh, dark. Yeah, I know. You're the Dark Tom. We don't like Dark Tom out here. And it's not because he's dark, okay? Anyways, Anthony, what's up? It seems this Tom is actually a fucking Andrew? That's insane. That's a crazy accusation if true. Anyways, folks. Libtoads. I love these little names they have for us. It's cute, isn't it? It's like they're just so afraid that they can't articulate the reason why they're so upset at us that they have to invent words. Libtoad. Libtoad. I think it's very childish, right? And that's kind of the MAGA mindset. Hey, what's up, Kate? Good to see you. Tom Tom the toilet is the bomb? Tom Tom the toilet bomb. Hey, shout out. What's the direction of communist, socialist, Marxists? Big tent Democrats. There's no way that they can straighten anything out because they're fighting amongst themselves. Ha ha ha. Because of who they let in. Well, no, not actually. No, I mean, I think it's healthy to have some disagreement in your party. You don't see that in the MAGA party because the MAGA party is so ideologically captured by by MAGA. It's completely night and day. Yeah, it's good to have disagreements in your party, so that way the best arguments can win. Yeah, that's a good thing, don't you know? I have no idea what that means, Christopher, but that's all right. Anyways, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm on YouTube Shorts, so you're going to hear me say that just a little bit, but hopefully it doesn't distract, and hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. I really appreciate all the subs, all the likes, all of the super chats, and any donations, all right? We appreciate them out here. It's exactly the same direction as the slippery polka dot round squares and five-sided triangles with bright shadows? I don't know what that means, but that sounds crazy. Kind of sounds like an LSD trip. Anyways, MAGA won't let in the KKK, unlike the socialist. Alright, hold on, man. Are you saying the KKK and DSA are equal? I don't know about that one, man. I don't think they're equal, to be quite frank. I'm gonna be frank like the hot dogs, like the hot sauce and like, can't think of a third Frank, but like, like the guy who played on PC. Real YouTube legends know who I'm talking about. But I don't think the DSA and the KKK are the same thing. That's insane. That is an insane statement. You guys remember Frankie 1080p? Dude, I used to love watching that guy's videos. Used to love it. Anyways, folks, the woke liberal media trying to hide my face from the algorithm, and you know why. You know why that is, folks. It's because they don't want you to know the secret that liberalism is the way of the future. These people want to say, oh, look at the socialist. Oh, look at the socialist. Little do they know. They have literal Nazis in their ranks, unfortunately. Not having a valid point and trying to bait rage engagement is pathetic, says Primer 89er. Well, Primer, I'm sorry that you think engaging with our democracy is pathetic. Maybe you should go back to reading the kids books. I think you might really enjoy those instead of like talking about politics. You might enjoy like, I don't know. Oh, have you ever heard of I'm Just a Bill? That's a good one. It's been screwed since 2020. Idiot. What has been screwed? Yeah, the Democrats are terrible. They made that show your vote doesn't count. How so? How did they do that? Spin the tail. Spin the tail. Call it what you want, but it's your prompt. I think it's totally apt and true, my friend. I'm Just a Bill. That is that the animated one from the 70s. Yes, it is. Yeah, I believe it's the 80s, but yes, it is. And what it explains, especially for an audience like MAGA, in a very good way of how a bill is passed. I think it's actually very educational. You know what? You know what? I think they need a primer, guys. I think MAGA might need a little bit of a primer on how a bill passes. You know? I think they might need it. I think they might need just a little bit of a primer. I'm just a bill. Because I don't think they understand. They think... So here's the issue that MAGA and a lot of conservatives have, is they think, sillily, that a president can just put out an executive order and everything changes. That's not what our country believes in. That's not what our country believes in. What's up, Andres? What are we talking about today? We are talking about whatever and wherever the conversation goes. Right now, I'm explaining to MAGA how to pass a bill, but unfortunately, I don't speak their language. But I do know something that might help. I don't know. I could be wrong about it. I know something that might just help a little bit. Might help their brains just perk up. Here, I'll keep the prompt on there. But here, let's listen to this, MAGA. So, are you going to run the...
Woo, you sure gotta climb a lot of
Wait,
steps
hold
to
on.
get to this Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
Who's that sad little scrap of paper? Who is he, guys? What is that? Everybody, what is that? That looks like a bill.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well,
oh, I love it. I don't really bring that out unless I just love the song. I'm just a bill. Oh, I'm just a bill. It's a good one. Usually I only bring that out when somebody is being exceedingly dumb and they don't even know how our government works. Unfortunately, that's very common, actually. Very common. Oh, I hope and pray that I am. Yeah, just a bill. Fuck Donald Trump? Yeah, he's a stinky guy. He's a stinky guy, I'll give him that. He smells very bad, and he is, to the untrained eye, would look like a geriatric old man. However, he has convinced somehow 1/3 of our nation that he's good enough to take the reins. Unfortunately, I believe in America, though. I know we are the most badass country on the planet, and we are going to sail forth into the future after Donald Trump. We're gonna do some great things, but we gotta get past him, guys. I am MAGA. Can I join the chat? Well, you can call in if you want. And yeah, I mean, there's obviously MAGA in my chat right now. Just don't be racist. If you're racist, that's unfortunate. And what we will, or bigoted, you know what I mean? Yeah, I agree with an open dialogue. I say all the time, I don't hate people that voted for Donald Trump or that are quote-unquote MAGA. I do hate the ideology, though, and that is that the America that we all cherish so much needs to be changed in radical ways. And those radical ways are destroying our diversity, destroying our system of merit. That's what Donald Trump does. And what's interesting is he projects onto that. He says, like, DEI is anti-merit. No, DEI is increasing the pool of candidates in which apply for a job, and it's company driven, not a government program. But that being said, Donald Trump puts his children in places of power. That is so anti-merit. That is such a classic example of nepotism and corruption. But these guys want to talk about DEI. Or Fauci, that's a new one. Or an old one, but a new one. Coming back, season 2. Because we all loved season 1 so much. What did Michael say? What did Michael say? I guess I just don't see it. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in and tell me why I'm wrong. DT has been in a free fall, I must admit. Yeah, I don't think he's looking great. I don't think he's looking great. But also, I think that it really hurts our country when we use... You know, I love that people want an open dialogue, right? That's what my channel's about, and that's what, you know, I want to see people engaging with each other. But, you know, I do have to admit, like what has he done well? You know what I mean? Like, why would you vote for this guy? I mean, he said he was gonna do all this. You know what I mean? What in the world? I'm not a fan of Tim, but Biden trashed us. What are you talking about? Our economy was doing great under Biden. Our country was doing amazing under Biden. And see, this Ford person, right? They're the exact one of the reasons I rail against Donald Trump so hard. Because Donald Trump sows this feeling that politicians can't do anything for us because he fails. Listen, I voted for Biden and I was proud of my vote and I still am. He passed some great legislation like the Infrastructure Act, like the one-child tax credit. He passed some great legislation. And so I don't think that every politician is bad. Unfortunately, something else that Trump does, as he fails, he also tries to take down other people around him, i.e. the Democrats, i.e. his very own Republicans, as he fails. Right, ladies and gentlemen? He tries to sow doubt in our democracy and make things seem as though it's all rigged against him. But it's not. He's just not able to fulfill his promises. Democrats don't stand a chance in 28. They're cooked. How so? We've won every special election. Listen, I do not think that Republicans are evil, but I do think they need to reorient themselves back to a much more middle area. And, you know, I see the further left of us getting elected as a consequence of the right wing electing crazies, dude. Well, guess what? Now we have 6 crazies of our own. Only 6, not an entire house full of them, but 6. And, you know what? I do think they're just going to vote with Democrats. And we're not going to enable the DSA to take over like MAGA did, right? Trump, Israel Prime Minister in 2028? I don't think Trump is a Israeli citizen, or whatever your view on Israel is. I don't believe Trump has Israeli citizenship, sir. But you know what? We'll trade him. I'll trade... Oh, well... Tell you what. Ethan Klein is a Israeli citizen, okay? He has Israeli citizenship. So what if we trade out Donald Trump, right? Donald J. Trump for Ethan Klein, and then Israel can replace Netanyahu with Trump. Boom. I'd take that. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Ethan, he is from the U.S., but that's exactly. Well, he has Israeli citizenship. Because technically, you can't be a president if you're not from the United States. So, this checks both boxes. And I think Netanyahu. I think that deal will work out great. Actually, I really do. Anyways, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. We're just waiting for somebody to call in right now. If you guys support what I do here, consider sending a donation or buying a membership. Once we hit 5 super chats and /or memberships of the day, we'll vote on the Rightoid. And the Rightoid is your favorite right-wing creator that you get to vote on that I will make fun of. It's a fun time. Remember Trump's infrastructure week or infrastructure weeks? Time he met with Democrats to talk about infrastructure and stormed out after 10 minutes because they wouldn't drop investigations. Whoa, he's not corrupt though, guys. He just wanted him to drop some
Call
stuff.
from
Mary.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Hey Mary, how are you doing today? I'm doing well. So did you disagree with anything that's been said on the live so far or with the prompt? Trump and Republicans screwed America. Democrats will fix it in 2028 or 2026.
With is, will the Democrats fix America? Trump already messed America up quite a bit, although
that's
we've
why
had
I
problems.
believe in the Democrats. Well, look at all of our previous. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Look at all of our previous disasters. Who have fixed them? The 2008 financial crisis. It was Obama. The 2022 or 2020, I should say, COVID disaster was brought back by Biden with great bills such as the Infrastructure Act and the American Rescue Plan and so many others. And so I think we're aptly equipped to deal with the issues at hand.
I'll concede that, yes, a lot of disasters have been fixed under the Democratic leadership. The problem is the Democrats and the Republicans both serve the interest of capitalism. They don't care about climate change. They don't care about the working class. The DSA, they're way better, and I like that they're getting their people in the Democratic Party, like Zoran Mamdani, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Right? You're a Democrat.
No, I'm a communist.
Regardless of how many people you get into the party, you're still going to be a Democrat. There have been shifts like this in the past, and hey, I'm totally okay. Listen, hold on. I'm okay with having further left people in my party. I'm not like afraid of people that are communist or socialist or anything like that. But you got to be willing to play ball, as in vote for bills that we think are important. And if you do that, and I think that there's good signs that these new members will, then I think we're gonna work great together, honestly, because I do like further left policies, but you can't be adversarial towards. I'm a liberal. I'm a rural liberal, and I do represent a lot of rural liberals, and we're gonna have to link up together to fight this fascism, but create good policy too.
Yes, but it was the Democrats that let Trump get to power. Of course, it was the people that oligarchs. Okay, they put Biden in place instead of Bernie Sanders. Biden, he's he's
Bernie Sanders
terrible.
Supported Biden. Biden wasn't terrible.
They shifted him. Bernie was like they did with Hillary Clinton. Bernie was going to be the candidate.
No, they
literally did.
Him.
He ran for president and then had to step down.
Biden by a lot more points, and so it was clear Biden was going to win the thing, man. This is okay. So did you vote for Kamala in 2024?
I wasn't old enough to vote.
Okay. Well, that's understandable, but let me tell you, there's this rage that certain liberals, and I do feel it from time to time too, right? Where we hear we hear you, okay? You're coming in and you want to drastically change things. But a lot of people that are in the DSA or are communists didn't do the bare minimum of voting for Kamala so the president of the United States wouldn't be Donald Trump. And there's this rage I feel, and it's almost like you don't respect, like you don't
I
respect.
don't like Kamala.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You weren't willing to do the bare minimum of if you were able to, would you have voted for Kamala?
I kind of would have had to. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that then you are not like I don't apply this to you, but there is this certain amount of rage that liberals and others feel when they see these DSA candidates that want to drastically change everything, but a lot of their supporters and even them sometimes wouldn't do the bare minimum to save our democracy. Do you see where we're kind of skeptical of this DSA platform? Because I don't hate, like I said earlier, I'm glad to have more further left people in my coalition. It's always been a big party. But see, like, you're even doing it yourself. You're like, well, I didn't like Kamala.
The establishment candidates.
See, this is just it. The establishment. Like,
you like Chuck Schumer?
No, I don't like Chuck. I like Hakeem Jeffries, though.
I don't like him anymore, and I like Graham Plattner.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're okay, so here's the thing. Here's what I have to tell you. Here's what I would say. When the DSA candidates come in, and I'm, like I said, totally cool with them coming in. Do you think, will they vote for Hakeem Jeffries to become leader of the House? Because if that's the case, they
will, but I don't like him.
Well, I think that Hakeem is a good leader. Here's a story that AOC tells, that I like to tell people that are further to the left of me. Hakeem is a fighter. When AOC got into office, on her first day, she had a list of things from Hakeem on what to do to fight the Trump administration.
Mm-hmm.
And it was personalized to every representative. And that just shows, I think he's a fighter. And I do think that if you vote for Democrats,
how much you get from
regardless of DSA, well, they want to remove, his official stance is to remove Citizens United, which would get rid of AIPAC money.
Good.
Yeah.
But a lot of these Democrat politicians are paid by the same people that pay the Republicans, the same lobbyists. They believe the same thing.
Well, that's why I support Democrats, actually, because even
the system can't.
Hold on, listen. Even though they are both paid by the same people, the Democrats are the ones that want to get rid of this big money. It's their official platform to repeal Citizens United. And I won't vote for a candidate that doesn't have that position. And I don't think many other Democrats would vote for a candidate that wants to keep Citizens United in place. I understand that. So here's the thing, like, being part of DSA, that's great in blue cities, in blue counties, in blue districts, right? It's not going to be effective in more purple districts like Arizona. And so you will get people like, I wouldn't say quite like me, because I am a lot more, I do have some very left-leaning positions, but you're going to get people like Mark Kelly. You're going to get people like Josh Shapiro. Do you have problems with them? Because
if they support Israel, yes. If they're establishment
Israel,
candidates, yes.
As in, what do you mean by that? Because I support Israel existing as a state, but I also believe in a Palestinian state.
Well, I don't support Israel as a state because it's an ethno-state. And honestly, they're as bad as Imperial Japan was.
No, they're not as bad as Imperial Japan was. They're not invading China and committing mass...
No, they're invading Lebanon and doing the same thing.
Yeah, so I believe in restricted aid for Israel, because if we cut off all aid to Israel, like you guys want to do, they're going to go to Russia, bro. Russia would love to have Israel as an influence. And so, and they'll allow
Hmm.
Palestinians to
Well,
die. Make no mistake of that. And think this would be the
well, my
perfect
opinion
time.
on Israel, this
Well,
is
hold
the
on.
same
Think this would be the
situation as
perfect
Ireland.
time. No, this would be the perfect time for Israel to join Russia. Think about it.
Okay.
Iran is no longer a power in the Middle East. If we abandon Israel right now, it would be catastrophic not only for the Palestinian people, but potentially Middle East politics as a whole. I understand your rage. I do. And we can get rid of their influence. And it's not them, and it is Israeli aligned groups. It's not necessarily Israel pumping money, but I can understand where the conflation comes from. But we can get rid of that through meaningful ways like uh, banning individual contributions to representatives and getting rid of Citizens United. And listen, I think there are a lot of Israelis that are not happy with the current state of things. Now there are a lot that do support it, and I don't deny that, but I like it.
I
Like
think they should go back to
look
Europe.
at how we're no, that's racist, bro. A lot of
They're
do you
white
know?
people in the country that they're
No,
white
they're not
people
white people,
colonizing a
bro.
country.
No, it's not that at all. You know, a large majority of them are Sephardic, right?
Slavic,
No,
Slav,
Sephardic.
Slavs are white,
No, Sephardic, sir. As in they come from.
and not a
So
sir, dude.
what happened after Israel was founded was the 6-Day War. And after the Nakba and the 6-Day War, a lot of Jews were expelled from their countries and they didn't have anywhere else to go but Israel. And so when you say that, it's very racist and it does kind of deny like the idea that it denies the horrors of not only the Nakba, which was horrible, but also the mass flight of Jews. Because if you deny that mass flight, if you say that these Middle Eastern Jews don't exist, then you're also denying the response what that was in response to, which was the horrible killings of Palestinians and dislocation of the Palestinian people. It's two people that were hurt, and I know there are a lot of people that will say, "Oh, well, they're all white," like you just said. And hey,
You have to
some of
look
them
at it
are
like Ireland.
Ashkenazi. It's not like necessarily like Ireland.
But
Israel
Hamas is
isn't
like
like
the
Ireland.
IRA. It's literally
No.
like the British coming in and conquering Ireland.
Well, listen, I do think that Gaza and West Bank and are fucking horrible in a horrible apartheid state, and I do think that Israel needs to like I think Netanyahu needs to be arrested by the ICC. That would boost their
Obviously.
power, all that. But denying the existence of like Middle Eastern Jews, which is kind of what you're doing. It's not necessary. You're saying they're all white. They're not all white, man. A lot of them did come from the mass flight that I just talked about. And you can look this stuff up, like there used to be thriving Jewish communities in a lot of places before Israel was founded. Um and unfortunately after the Nakba, a lot of Arab countries did become very bigoted towards the Jewish populations that they held, and the only other place they had to go was Israel. And this was during a time of a lot of, World War II had just happened, but that doesn't necessarily mean everybody loves Jews now, especially in the Middle East. So it comes back to this idea that it is two traumas. It's the horrible erasure of the Palestinian genocide that is going on right now, but also the trauma that Israel is going through, as in, October 7th, it may pale in comparison in terms of the numbers, right? Numbers are not as high as the people dying in Palestine. But the Israeli people remember that, just like we remembered 9/11. And they're not letting their intelligence rule, they're letting their emotions rule. And so if I like, there has to be a clear path for both of them, because just you can't erase a state, man. Like that's not a
Well,
mandate that exists.
it's like
Um,
South Africa.
well, if it's like South Africa, I could see that, but I just don't know if there's the reason South Africa worked so well is because there wasn't Hamas did cause an injury, right? And so, this is before October 7th. I don't deny there were still atrocities, but it wasn't as bad as this. And so,
Well, I mean, it's the
before,
right of the occupied people to resist occupation.
yeah, and I understand that, but that's not what happened I mean, South Africa did it much more in civil ways, civil disobedience. And I just don't think Hamas's tactics are very conducive to. They're not the same as what the AFD was doing. While I understand, listen, I completely understand why. If I was somebody in Gaza, I may be swayed myself to join Hamas, but it doesn't make what they're doing right, and it also doesn't make, you know, kidnapping Jewish people and taking them into Gaza and then doing this whole rigmarole is right. Doesn't also mean that what Israel is doing is right. That's why we need the UN or the US to step in and negotiate a true settlement. I believe a two-state solution is the only way forward, or we're just gonna have a repeat of this every 50 years. But you shouldn't get rid of the Israeli population either. That's why I believe in a two-state solution, and I do think that we can have a one-state solution at some point. Maybe like a 10-year, every 10-year interim vote, but that's the only way. I don't see these. They're angry at each other for right reasons on both sides. Um,
Well,
and they can't just
their
go back
government is
to Europe.
borderline neo-phalanges,
So their government is You're
Francoism.
talking about Israeli government, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
they're
agree.
borderline Francoists.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as that. What I would say is that their democracy is being absolutely taken. I mean, it's kind of similar to what's happening here in a lot of ways. Like the fascists are using the political system to usurp the people's will. Because I don't think we'd be at this war from an Israeli point of view if the left-leaning Israelis had more representation. They just don't right now because of there's a lot of similar issues in Israel. And I do think that there is a way that Palestine can be free within our lifetimes even. But using like
Well,
the rhetoric that you were using earlier, it does inflame tensions. You're gonna
well, you
need
have to look at
Israeli
the
sign on. You're
dialectical
gonna need
materialism.
Israeli sign on for a lot of the issues that you're talking about. And I understand being upset, but saying things like, "Well, all Israelis are white," does kind of it muddies the waters and it makes people far less willing to have like this kind of open dialogue.
You get, you got to read Lenin to understand it, man.
Listen,
And
I
then
am no communist,
aside
no
from that,
socialist, personally, man. I am a
aside from that,
fan of liberalism.
the specific reason I wanted to talk about the Democrats and I got sidetracked, they're taking
Well,
away my rights the same as the Republicans are.
how?
They're still voting on the same anti-trans bathroom laws, the same removing books from schools, and they'll say they won't, but they're still doing it. Like Chuck
Hmm.
Schumer, quite a few House Democrats,
Well, I think there
and
are
then they won't
some.
say anything about it.
Well, here's the issue that you're finding is that we do have a big tent coalition, and some people are more socially conservative. Now, what I think this new DSA wave does represent is a shift further to the left, in that, we're not necessarily happy with being just the moderate,
The
kind of left
DSA,
leaning party. But hold on. I would be hesitant there, though, because I do think the Democrats support trans rights and far more than the DSA seems to right now. I don't see much verbiage on the DSA's like I am fervently pro LGBTQ. And that's one of my, and I am like a rule liberal, but I am fervently that way because I still do think we're being oppressed. I still think my trans brothers and sisters are being discriminated against. But I don't see that from the left. It doesn't sound to me as much as advocating for as much like a pro LGBT agenda. Now a lot of their candidates are, I'm sure, but as for if they're going to be as pro LGBTQ as some even baseline Democrats, that's still up to question for me. And like if they were, I'll be honest, if they were more pro LGBTQ, I would be more less hesitant. But I don't know. It does feel like just from somebody that is also, I'm not trans, but I am bi, and I have had gay relationships in the past, and it doesn't feel, I don't know, it does feel like it feels a lot more genuine from the Democrats, and I know a lot of people would scoff at that, but I don't feel that from the DSA.
Well, my issue with the DSA mainly, and I have problems with them as well, it's that they're a band-aid on a broken window. You can reform a broken system all you want, but when the rain comes, that band-aid's going right off the window. This is why I support the Revolutionary Communists of America and broadly support the other Communist Party, Party for Socialism and Liberation, American Communist Party. I don't like them, but still better than the Democrats.
Listen, here's my appeal. Listen, I am a liberal, and so if it comes between, I think the system we have right now is broken. I don't deny that. But it wasn't always like this. And what
it was.
No, it wasn't always like this.
Since the revolution.
Look at what we did during the Teddy Roosevelt era. We had a lot of company. I think we're in the 1890s again. Look at our conditions there. Okay? What did we do?
More like pre-Civil War.
These companies. Now, this would have been after the Civil War. 1890?
No, I mean pre-Civil War, because all the tensions, the rising. We've had people acting like John Brown.
I don't feel like it's John Brown was a hero, but I don't feel like
he was.
It is nearly to that tension. Like, I still love my fellow MAGA, just like I love my fellow commies. The issue is that I think these companies have a lot more power than they should. Listen, America, we've always believed in competition, and so they're not being competitive. Like, it's not competition if you can just, for example, let's say a startup company happens here in Kansas, right? And there's a huge startup, and they're doing a lot of good things, and then Amazon comes in and buys all the technology and the rights. That's not fair, because, like, I understand to the business owner, it could be like a huge payday, but at the end of the day, there's no business starting there, and that's what we rely on. That's why we don't see, like, when people don't have to when companies don't have to compete for labor, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And so that's why we need to break up these companies. And I don't agree with like communism. I could maybe see like public ownership in the AI sector. Because that does use a lot of our public data, but I believe in privatization, but with limits and regulations. And I do believe we need a social safety net, first and foremost. That's why I call myself more a social liberal. I do believe in like my fellow American having something to eat, a place to sleep, and affordable health care. But those are just my beliefs. Sorry, I know I'm talking a little bit, but
it's fine. It's just, in my opinion, the system, so ever since it's been founded, it's been unconditionally broke. I mean, the country's tore itself apart. You've had just, for almost 250 years now, just a complete broken system founded by slavers
Why do you
and
think it's
now is run
broken?
by Epstein's top guys in both the Democrats and the Republican Party.
No, see, you
Epstein's
can't
top
do
people.
that, sir. It's not like there's no
Man,
evidence that they're being controlled or anything like that.
I'm
Listen,
not saying they're controlled. I'm saying
I told
they
you
have.
how we can get rid of this influence. And
Oh,
there
I
are
know a
ways,
way to
and the
get rid of it.
Democrats support it. You want to kill your fellow Americans, sir? That's what revolution would certainly entail. I don't.
You should read Lenin's books. Lenin, Rosa Luxemburg, Leon
Oh
Trotsky.
man. Listen,
Read them.
I don't want to read
I can
some
give you a library to
communists.
read.
I'm all right. I'm all right. I don't like communism. I'm not a fan of it. Like I don't mind people being communists, but like it's very pie in the cloud stuff. It's very much this unrealistic standard. And look at all the countries that have embraced communism and found themselves now becoming capitalist in the end. It's because it's not a good ideology. It didn't work.
Because the West
Um,
won with dirty tactics.
oh, because the USSR was acting so fair.
The USSR went downhill because Stalin came to power. Stalin messed everything up.
Oh, Stalin messed everything up.
Yep. Khrushchev kind of fixed it a little bit, but he was still, too loopy for me. Gorbachev completely drove it into the ground, and now we're stuck with the mess we are today with Putinism.
Well, I think that's a sign that the USSR's core ideology was weak, to be honest.
Stalinism is weak. Trotskyism would have, well, if
No,
Trotsky had came to power, we'd be living in, I don't know, the Jetsons.
no, we would be right where we are today, still stuck in a
We would
capitalist
have
nightmare. Listen, man,
with the
capitalism is
philosophy
kind
as
of just
permanent
how.
revolution, we would have a one world communist state, and there would be apple
Yeah, I
trees
would
blooming
hate
on
that.
Mars under Trotsky.
I
I
like
would love that.
culture. I like culture, sir.
Is there a reason you keep calling me sir? Is it just to be a dick?
Are
Because you're kind of
you?
emphasizing it.
Well, sir is. I say it all the time to people. Would you prefer I call you, ma'am? I apologize.
Yes, I've said that like 3 times during this whole thing.
Oh, well, my apologies, ma'am. I apologize.
It's
No,
fine.
I didn't mean to. I didn't realize. But no, I think that we would still be in this situation regardless.
Mm.
Yeah, and I don't like this idea of a one world government simply because I think that a nation has certain intrinsic value that adds to the world. And this is why I'm a fan of America, stay in America, not trying to expand everywhere. I do think democracy is the best, though, and so I will support democratic
I agree with
efforts.
democracy, but representative democracy is flawed. I prefer the Athenian model of direct democracy.
Direct democracy would work if we didn't have the necessary burdens that come with a nation as large as America. Also, it's much more prone to being infiltrated, and so not really a fan.
Mm.
I like a representative democracy. I think statesmen are overall honorable typically. It's just recently that we've seen these large amount of uh
I,
money and donate, and there's always going to be scandal. That's
I wouldn't
unavoidable.
I wouldn't really say it's recent. I mean, we had McCarthy in the 50s. We had the Gilded Age politicians,
Yeah,
the
but there's always a
opportunists
response
after the
and a
First Civil War.
reaction by the left, and I think that history trends in a leftward direction, and so I think we'll do fine. But, you do bring up a good point that there are some systematic flaws in our democracy. So that's why I bring up getting rid of Citizens United, but also uncapping the House. I think that's important. Something else we can do is packing the Supreme Court, which I am very in favor of. These justices on our Supreme Court are unhonorable. And something else
Hmm.
that they're doing is they're making laws from the bench that should never be. That's not what their intended purpose was, especially under the Constitution. Also, I would say, like, have, you know, I don't mean to sound like, have reverence for our Constitution. Just coming from like a liberal to a leftist, like, this is a living document, and it's very rare, this type of reverence. That I think we should, because um it allows itself to be improved upon. It allows itself to be added and subtracted to. There's a process for it. And
The
it
revolution,
prevents things like Putin. Like Putin, there is no like allowance, and he can just do it. Like
the
I don't know if that
revolution
makes
started out
sense.
with great intentions. Don't get me wrong, but they betrayed their, their founding doctrine. All men are created equal. They
Well, they
did
didn't.
not
They
liberate the
listen.
slaves.
Yeah, and there were people that believed in liberating the slaves. Like, for example, I believe
John
Hamilton
Adams.
did. John
Yeah.
Adams did as well. There were people that believed in it even back then. And Britain, I believe, that was around the time they got slavery is a dark stain on our past. There is no doubt about that. But what I find so beautiful about the American story is that we I believe in our victories. I believe the civil rights era was a victory. I believe the
Half victory.
well, I agree. We still, something that I play around with in my head as somebody who is deeply, I love America. America is I believe it is the magnum opus of the Enlightenment era ideals, of the ideals of
Oh,
people.
yeah,
Um,
don't get me wrong. I love the
it,
country. I love the
but something I
philosophy. But
Well, here's
the
something that
government,
I struggle with. Yeah, and this kind of it's the idea that we let the Confederates, I say live to be inflammatory, but it's this idea that we let the Confederates rule still. Like, Reconstruction wasn't all there. And I understand why, but those people were traitors, and what happens with
yep.
normal, they were traitors to our country. Um, anyways, this is I'm kind of off track, but I do believe, like, in our Constitution, and I would have more reverence for America. Be more patri. This sounds so fucking. I hate saying this, but just like, I believe in, like, patriotism can be used to its. It can be used. The Republicans do it, and they're not
Yeah.
patriotic at all. They fucking hate our country. Like, literally just hate the ideas of some of our key institutions and laws. But they act like they're the biggest American. Like, I think we as leftists and as liberals we got to use that patriotism. There's a way you can do it. Anyways, I've been kind of going
Yeah.
on for a while now, but don't, like, just earlier about the Israel stuff. It is a bit more nuanced than they're all full of white people, and
Yeah.
I think that's important to remember. But anyways,
All right. Well, I'll let you go. I hope you have a great day.
yeah, you too, dog. And I do hope that we have more leftists in our government, and you guys get more representation, so you don't feel like I think y'all should have a seat at the table just as much as us rural liberal Dems do,
Yeah. All right. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you too, man. Take care.
Bye.
Anyways, yeah, I don't hate people on the left. Like, I always say that. I don't hate anybody, number one, but I really don't hate people on the left. We just need to realize how how our systems work, and there are ways to achieve what we want to see. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And if you disagree, feel free to call in. My number is right there on the screen. Can you believe it? By the way, shout out to Shavila with the membership. We appreciate the gifted membership. I'm sure whoever got that is celebrating, busting it open for the first time. Just like a fresh deck of cards, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on right now for whoever received that gifted donation. By the way, if we have 4 more donations, we will be able to vote for the Rightoid of the day. That does a lot. That does a lot, folks, okay? Massively increases the timer by 30 minutes and allows us to vote for a Rightoid of the day, a right-wing creator, which I will make fun of. I like doing it anyways. It's one of my favorite. I used to like commentary channels back in the day, and so I kind of see streamers as an extension of those. Like, at least streamers like myself as an extension of those. But I will be making a new podcast show here soon. Look forward to that. Also, more shorts and news to come. Anyways, shout out to that guy. He seemed like a nice guy. Thought the demon rats, the demo rats, my bad, were broke due to the rampant fraud. No, my friend. As a matter of fact, fraud like the ones found in Minnesota were found by Democrats. Can you guys believe that? The Republicans act like that's a huge win for them, but it was actually found by Democrats, not Republicans, Democrats. And they wanna act like the Democrats were the ones engaging in it. But this is all a distraction. This is all to hide the fact that the Trump administration is failing. It is failing on every aspect. Hey, what's up, Jen? Good to see you. Hey, Jen, listen, I understand. Patriots, let me know. Well, I believe anybody talking about our politics is in a way a patriot, but patriotism is different for everybody, really. But what I believe it is a love for your fellow American and a willingness to aid and benefit your fellow American. Unfortunately, not a lot of conservatives agree. They believe patriotism is just whenever you want to wave the American flag and put a bald eagle on your phone screen. It's so sad. Trump needs to step down before he destroys this country more than he already has. I totally agree. I think it is very sad to see the president right now. And he so willingly divides the country. He acts like it's a game to divide the country when it is not a game as president to divide our union. It is your duty as president to be a bulwark against the division, not a speaker to it. But he could care less. Liberalism is a mental illness. I don't know about that one, man. I'd say it's more mentally deficient to constantly hyperfixate about what Donald Trump is doing on a given Sunday and then support it. That's what you guys do. You guys realize the reason like everybody talks about him is because you guys talk about him. It's because you guys got and he is the president. Think about it. Don't know why I'm yelling at you guys. Democrats won't fix anything except the economy, right? Fuck Donald Trump. Amen. Amen. Anyways, if you want to distinguish yourself amongst the herds of braying MAGA, feel free to buy a membership today, folks. Feel free to buy a membership today. Now watch this drive. Whatever you own will be given to people of color? What? Why? Hello Kitty SCTC says, Democrats too afraid to kill to save the country, but will die themselves for a migrant. No, my friend, I am willing to die for my country. I love this amazing union. But I don't think MAGA is willing to do that. They're very selfish. What woke policy did most damage? They said that women can become men and men become women, and that hurt my feelings, so that's why. Folks, call in, tell me why I'm wrong. We're waiting for you. We're waiting. Democrats caused everything bad with woke policies. That's true. That's true. Reparations? Oh my god, is it 2020? Is it 2016? Holy shit, I didn't know I'd have to be talking about reparations today. Real patriots embrace secular Marxist-Leninism. I don't know about that one, but interesting point. Love your show from Ireland. Trump is a fascist, lunatic, continuing to rip off the ordinary Joe. Thank you so much. Shout out to Ireland. It's a beautiful place with even more beautiful people. I've said this all the time. The people of Ireland are beautiful and strong. Shout out. Thank you so much. Where are my reparations? Well, I think they got caught in traffic, unfortunately. Don't worry, you'll get them. Why are Republic fucks such cucks? Well, that's something I wonder myself, but I think it comes down to the fact that they are most definitely a beta. They have beta ideology. They are very beta. Uh-oh. I wondered... It's called the nuclear family. What's the nuclear family? Is that... I'm joking. Here comes a joke. All you conservo brains out there, sit down. I'm about to say a joke, okay? We're about to say what's called a joke, and I don't want anybody crying about it. All right, snowflakes? All right, is a nuclear family a family of radioactive isotopes? I know, I am very funny. I know. Thank you. That was worth the payoff, I know. I was gonna say ghouls, like radioactive ghouls from Fallout, but I don't know. You suck? Well, how about you? Why don't you go get a mic and tell your jokes at the ha-ha hole, okay? The atom is a communist. That's true. Atoms are communist. I'm sick. Seek Jesus Christ. I know. I'm sorry, Hello Kitty. I told you. I told you to be careful, Bubs. I told you to watch out that I was about to drop a nuclear level joke. And I did. Anyways, feel free to call in, like, subscribe, folks. We are looking for those that somehow still support this administration. If you want to fight against the shadow ban we have received, don't forget to like and subscribe. Western conservatives will wallow in desolation when collectivism destroys, the capitalist imperial structure that enslaves humanity. I don't know about that one. Steph, I'm not going to give you money. All right? You guys should give me money by donating right now to the channel by super chat or membership if we get enough, we will watch the right twit of the day. Anyways, shameless money aside, what if you gave DSA money? Well, I liked my idea. What if DSA gave me money? It depends. It depends. What if DSA gave me money? Like if they offered me money, would I take it? Probably not. Yeah, I have a job. I'm talking to you guys right now. What do you think? You think this comes free? No, I'm kidding. Iran wants me dead. Well, I don't know if they want me specifically dead, but who I think they want dead probably the most right now is Trump. What up, Aussie Welder? Good to see you, gamer. Hope you're doing well. You donated money to Turning Point USA? Well, Charlie Kirk is actually smiling at me right now, if you didn't know. Charlie Kirk right now is looking up and smiling, ladies and gentlemen. He's looking up and smiling. You know why he's looking up and smiling? Because he's proud of what we do out here. He is so proud. He's like, that guy doesn't exist. He's got the right idea. People like Tim Pool, they don't have the right idea. But that guy doesn't exist. He knows what's going on. Hold on, I gotta shrink this. Gotta make her small. Anyways, let's get the what's it called? Sorry, I don't know why I'm blanking here. Let's get the dono light on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 4 away. 4 away, okay, folks? Anyways, I believe in us. I'm an infidel. No, I'm a guy that doesn't exist. Thank you very much. I'm that guy that doesn't exist, not an infidel. I don't even like Dell Technologies. That was a great one. Put it on the books. That was a great one. Put it on the books. Are Trump steaks full of screwworms? Uninspected and full of screwworms. That's a great question. Let's check it out. Do they still sell Trump steaks, by the way? I'd eat one. Can you read the monologue is fire? I don't know what that's about, but seems pretty fire to me. I'm a gentle being. Hello Kitty SCTC, are you a real person? Why are the liberals freaking out about DSA? Some are behaving like MAGA. Aussie Welder, this is why I love you, my friend. This right here is why I love you, Aussie Welder. Thank you so much. Encapsulate it perfectly, succinctly, and beautifully. I couldn't have said it better myself. This is why we love Aussie Welder, folks.
Call from
Bad.
to accept.
Hey, what's up, Bad? How are you doing today?
What's up, dog? Have you seen what's going on in Spain or what?
What's going on in Spain? Well, I live in the United States, so I don't really care about what's going on in Spain. Are you talking about the immigrants pouring over?
Yeah. I mean, you can't displace, 1 billion people from the Middle East so Israel can have the greater Israel. They're sending people to all these different countries.
We're starting early. Usually you don't start on Israel.
Well, I mean, look what's going to happen, dude. They're sending those people over there, and those people from Spain are going to come over here. Then they're going to do it to England and Britain and all Europe. Then they're going to do it to Canada. They're going to do it to South America.
So, like...
You don't think so?
How do you feel... Do you think the world is going to be... This is serious. Like, do you think there will be white people in 200 years? Or black people? I don't think so. I think they're going to be like super rare, like albinos. Everybody's just going to be the same color. So, like, can we take this, like, racist kind of edge off of it? Because it sounds like you're like, oh, the brown people are gonna invade. That's what you're making it
No,
sound like.
no, it ain't nothing about racist. It's about America,
Oh.
dude. That's what it is.
Well,
Because you
so wait,
enjoying your
I have a
freedoms.
question. It's about America, but you came in here talking about something that happened in Spain.
Yeah, because what do you think's gonna happen? You can't just displace billions of people from the Middle East and multiple countries in the Middle East, and then expect
Billions of people.
a hostile
How
takeover of
many
all that
people
land.
are
Where are
in
you gonna?
the world? How many people do you think are in the world right
I don't
now?
know how many. I don't know how many people are in the world, but I do know
It's like
that there's a
9.2
little sick
billion.
agenda for resources. Hey, man, you know all these freedoms that you enjoy right now ain't gonna be here in 20 years.
No, they
All
won't
you
be.
democratic
We'll
socialists, all you.
be an even better country in 20 years. We're gonna have strong institutions. We're gonna get rid of this MAGA curse. Gonna get rid of
And
the
how are you gonna do that?
nationalist.
How are you gonna do that?
We're gonna
Tax the rich?
no, we're not gonna tax. Well, I do think the rich need to pay a little bit more in the system.
What about
but-
you? Do you
Huh?
think you should pay some? You're making money. You said you got a job. This ain't free, so you're making revenue. How much money you think you need to pay in taxes?
I'd pay 50% in taxes if I knew my fellow
Yeah, I
American
doubt
was
that.
able to sleep, eat.
Well,
and,
anyway, you know what?
have
I
free
doubt that.
healthcare.
I really doubt that, but you're a nobody,
I
so I'm not even going to
doubt
talk about
that.
your taxes.
Oh,
I'm not
I'm a
going to talk about your
nobody.
taxes.
Okay.
But what I will
I'm a
talk about,
nobody.
hey,
How dare
you know what?
you?
Hey, compared to like an Elon Musk that you always want to tax and all you
Bro,
socialists
I
of
am.
America want to
I'm
tax,
gonna be the
how are
next.
you guys
I'm gonna
going
be
to
the
tax?
next Joe Rogan, sir. I'm gonna be the next.
Well,
Joe
how are
Rogan.
you gonna tax the rich when there's a tax code in place where they get write-offs? It's always the same song and dance
how are
with
we gonna
Democrats
tax the
talking about.
rich if they're able?
We're
well, you
gonna
can only write off a certain amount, sir.
well look at all every time there's an election and
depends
it's
on your
time for people to get
business.
elected,
So
dude.
it's not
Why don't you let me talk,
necessarily
man?
like.
That's what you do.
Huh?
That's what you do. Just cut people off, little baby. You cut people off. How are you gonna tax the rich when there's tax codes in place? It's always the same song and dance with the Democrats. It's
you would
always
just increase the tax amount and close the loopholes.
It's all no, just pay attention to the elections. It's always the same thing. We're
now
gonna fight for the
pivoting
rights
to
of the people.
elections now? Jesus, can you stay on
Hey,
one topic? I
I was, but you keep cutting me off. No, you keep
I'm a little
shifting.
out there,
Stop
but
shifting.
I feel like I
Pay
can
it-
stay on the topic
Hey.
better than you can. Jesus.
Well, pay attention to the elections because it's always the same thing. With we're gonna fight for the rights of the people. We're gonna bring back
You
jobs.
just got fooled
We're
by
gonna
Donald
tax
Trump.
the rich.
That's it, man.
And it's always the same thing, and you
You
guys
got
fall
fooled
for it
by the
all the
guy-
time
so,
because
sir.
you want free stuff. You want free stuff, dude.
No,
You're
I don't want free
able-bodied.
stuff.
You're an able-bodied man. Why don't you join the army?
Why would I join
because
the
I'm
army,
mentally
sir?
ill. Yeah, exactly. Why would you? You love this country, but you ain't willing to fight for it. You're
Why
mentally
didn't you
ill
join the
to where
army?
you
Why
can't
don't
join
you
the.
join the army?
I'm 50 years old. I'm 50 years old.
Oh, fake patriot
Yeah.
alert. Fake
My
patriot
time's
alert.
passed, but you're 26, dude.
Oh, why
You know what
didn't
I'm
you
saying?
join
Your
when
time
you were
ain't passed.
26? Wait, why didn't you join when you were 26? Or even
I was
younger?
because I was too young. I was 15 years old when Iraq was going on,
Wait, too
and then we
young?
never
No,
had
you can join, sir. You were at the prime age of joining the army. Why didn't you do that?
I was 14 years old in 1990. What are you talking about?
Okay.
14 years old.
Oh my
I just
God,
turned
sir!
14.
You were the prime age during 2001. 9/11 happened, and you didn't serve your country. What a piece of shit.
No. In what? 91? You said?
2001.
No, I was locked up. Well, anyways, my time
you
passed
were
me
locked up,
by.
so you were
Hey.
committing crimes against the very country. I haven't done that, sir. So if it weren't for my my inability, my depression, and other such symptoms, I would
Whatever,
be
dude.
perfectly
Hey, that
fine.
ain't the point. That ain't the point. You
The
you
point
Democratic
is, no,
Socialists
so
of America.
Why didn't you join the army when you got out of high school?
I was locked up, dude. There was no real war
You
when
were
I was
locked
out of
up
high
when you
school.
graduated high school? What, did they have the fucking...
Dude,
Did you have they have
Yeah,
you,
I gotta-
did they wheel you out in an armored cage to get your diploma?
No, it ain't all that serious. But hey,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
I
I
was
know.
born in '76, so we were bred to be prison industrial complex babies. That's what we were bred for. Why do you think rap music came out and all this
What? Rap
garbage? We were
music?
bred to be prison
Why are we
industrial
talking
complex
about rap
babies.
music,
But you know
though?
what? Because they wanted the gold Dayton's, the money, the
Okay, so this is
drugs, the
what I'm
women.
talking about. You cannot stay on a topic, sir. You're like doing you're doing
You know what?
a
You're the
dance
one
right
floating
now.
around. Hey, because
You're
you're the
doing a
one floating around with
dance.
the stupid questions. But hey, let's get
Oh,
back to the
stupid
topic.
questions.
Listen to the
All right,
Democrats.
finally.
It's always the
Finally.
same thing, dude.
Been
It's
waiting a
always the
minute
same
to
thing
get
with
back to the
Democrats.
topic.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight for the rights of the people. We're gonna bring back jobs. We're gonna do this.
Yeah,
We're
and
gonna tax
do you
the rich.
remember my
And
response
what
to
do they
that?
really do? What do they really do?
Do you remember my
Once
response to
they're
that?
elected, what do? They
No, I
raise
don't.
prices. They feed the prison industrial complex. Now because my generation, Generation X, we're feeding homeless. Try to do that nowadays with your generation. You're going to jail for feeding the homeless. We gave clothes to people.
Yeah, why are
we were
why,
in these
wait,
streets.
why are we going to jail for feeding the homeless? I don't think that's happening.
It's kind of iffy situation with that, but we did things that
So,
it made
like,
us
sir, I
closer
have
together.
a question. If you want
Gen
to
X.
decrease, if you want to decrease the homeless population, would you be okay with a bill that essentially gives states the funds to fund private like homing shelters and stuff like that? Would you support a bill like that?
Okay, how many homeless Americans are there?
Oh, okay.
Not only,
I was just
not only.
posing you an idea for a bill, so I don't really think you want to solve the
Okay, but
homeless
the thing
problem.
is
Do you have any other?
we
Do you
have
have any
homeless.
other ideas?
Yeah, we have homeless
Okay.
Americans, homeless
Yes.
children, homeless veterans, and we're
Yeah.
sitting there paying for endless wars all over the place. We're
Why are
giving
we doing
migrants
that?
shelter, hotel stays,
Oh, it's
food
because of the
stamps, medical,
migrants,
Medicaid.
folks. It's because of the
Hey, well, how much money was
migrants.
spent? How much money was spent on migrants? The
How much?
4 years of Joe Biden.
For federal funding, 0.
Oh, for federal funding, 0. You're full of shit, dude.
Can you
You're
show
fucking
me
full of
federal
shit.
funds that have been used to aid
Nah,
migrants that
those,
weren't
nah, because
fraudulently
they
filed and
never
then
kept them on the
found?
books. You know what? There's a big investigation going on, and everything in the dark will be brought to light.
I'm sure.
You're gonna regret it one day.
Sounds like
I
Nick
always hear
Shirley
you
levels
Democrats.
of investigation.
You know what? You guys are aiding in the destruction of America. So all these rights
Sir,
that you guys are used to having and these freedoms, get used to them now, enjoy them now, and
So,
treasure them.
would you
Remember
say,
them deep
I have
in
a
your heart and
question,
your
sir.
mind.
I have a
Remember,
question. Would you say
remember
the
your
Iran
freedoms,
war,
bro.
would you say the Iran war is raising costs right now?
Yeah, but who they've
Yeah,
been
so
doing
like
this
that's
war.
hurting the
They've
average American
they've
more
been
than whatever you're afraid of right
okay.
now. And like
Oh, so
also, do you
hey, before
agree?
Iran,
I have a
hey,
question. Don't you
before
have an issue with like Muslims? I remember you being pretty Islamophobic.
listen, all right,
Do you,
before
yes or
Trump
no?
and
Do you
Iran
have an
was even
issue with
here
the Quran? Yes or no?
with the Quran.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really care for the Quran because I'm an American.
Yeah.
I believe
So
in Jesus
like
Christ.
so you have an issue with the Quran. Do you realize Donald
Hold
Trump?
on, dude. Why are you shifting?
Hold
Why are you
on.
shifting with
Well,
Bibles, dude? All right,
no,
let's
I
get
have a
back on
well,
topic.
sir, you
Before
pivoted left
Iran,
and right. So I have a
hey,
question. So you support
before Iran,
yeah, sir, let me
before
follow
Iran,
through with my point. You support you don't, or I should say you don't support the you don't support Islam. Do you realize Donald Trump made a deal with the Qataris to treat them like NATO? Are you okay with that?
dude, I don't really know what's going on with that stuff, and I really don't care.
Oh
All
my
I know is
God,
that
that's so
have you seen?
embarrassing.
Have
Bro,
you
this is
seen?
so embarrassing.
Hey, Okay,
You're
let me ask you this. Since you're talking about all this supporting of the Quran and all this, what about Dearborn, Michigan? Those Muslims outvoted Dearborn, Michigan residents 55%. There you go. Cut me off.
You're not
Keep
consistent.
cutting me
Look
off,
at that.
baby.
Look at that.
No, you're
sir.
not consistent.
You're like, oh,
hey,
I'm so
go
afraid.
holler.
Oh,
know what?
I'm so afraid.
Love,
I'm so afraid. And then you just completely switch up. You're like,
you know what? If you love
like,
America and Americans so bad,
I don't care
go holler.
about treating Qatar
Go
like
holler
NATO.
at the Dearborn, Michigan residents. Go holler at them because they got outvoted on a local level that allows Muslim prayer music to be played outdoors on a loudspeaker at like 4 or 5 a.m. when the sun starts going up.
There's Christian bells in my city, and I'm not a Christian. Do I get upset?
Yeah, but that's been going on for so long because this is a Christian nation. This ain't no Muslim nation.
Sir, you realize Dearborn has been Muslim for like probably 30, 40 years now, right?
And that's why the Dearborn residents have been outvoted. And you retarded libtards can sit there and talk about
demographic change, dipshit.
Yeah,
Sir,
why? Because of this illegal.
Is your name abbreviation for like you can only spell like 3-letter words?
Yeah. Well, anyways. You sit there and with your open borders and claim that illegal migrants are good. Look at Dearborn.
Democrat that
look at Dearborn and look at New York. Mamdani was voted in by majority Muslims and other illegal migrants.
No,
Americans, New Yorkers didn't vote for him.
No, New Yorkers voted for him, sir.
New Yorkers did not vote for Mamdani. They were outvoted by illegal migrants and Muslims and other migrants. Migrants outvoted the New Yorkers. Dearborn, Michigan was outvoted.
Careful, sir. You're getting upset.
You know what? You be careful because you enjoy these freedoms that you have now. Dude, enjoy these freedoms that you have right now. Because you're advocating
more freedoms.
No, just enjoy them right now while you got them because you're soon going to lose them.
Who's going to take them from me?
These illegal migrants and your corrupt Democratic Party.
Wasn't it your corrupt Republican Party that bombed Iran?
Nah, you know what, you know what?
Hold on,
those neocons.
Sir, aren't you? Okay, so I don't believe in the Greater Israel bullshit, but didn't you just come on the call and you're like, well, because of Israel? You realize Donald Trump ran on being Israel's best friend, right?
No, actually he didn't, but I think he's playing something close to his chest that's going to benefit everybody.
Hold on. I just want to get you on record. You said that Donald Trump didn't say he was going to be Israel's best friend. You stand on that 10 toes down?
Well, I didn't hear that. Play that video for me. And even if he did, I think he's playing something close to his chest that it's going to benefit everybody in the region. So we can have a stronghold there, not Israel, us, America.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I think he's playing something close to his chest. I think he's just playing chess while they're playing checkers.
I think he's a dipshit and he's getting played like the absolute fool that he is.
Okay. What about the Democrats, dude? They're pushing all these agendas to keep people stupid.
$10. How do you feel about that?
Enjoy these freedoms now, bro, because you ain't going to have them. You're going to be outvoted soon. You're going to be outvoted soon by illegal migrants.
I don't think I will.
14th Amendment citizen status.
I'll be fine in Kansas, sir. I'm not experiencing that.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, you keep. All right, now what about when you want to leave Kansas?
Diverse population here in
what
Kansas.
happens? What happens when you want to leave Kansas?
We have so many different. We have Jews, we have Muslims, we have everybody, and we love our diversity here.
Hey, I grew up in Chicago, dude. I'm from Chicago. I am a melting pot. But what's going on is not a melting pot.
Sir. I don't think that's a good Why are you a melting
Dude,
pot? You should
I'm
look into
first
that.
generation born in America. I'm from Chicago. I'm first generation born in America. I got hella
Wait,
fucking
first
Muslim friends
generation?
all over the East Side, Slag, South Daring,
Wait, you came
Headwish.
from.
I got friends all
sir,
over the Midwest,
Sir, you came
but they
from a different
conformed
country.
like me.
You came from a
Hey,
different country.
my parents did. They came off a banana
so
boat
you
with
would
a
be
daughter
second
and a suitcase.
generation. You would be
No,
second
I'm first generation. I'm
And I'm
first
very
generation.
proud. I'm very proud that you love
But
this
we
country.
conformed. We conformed to the United States, and we became right with it. We're not
Where did
bringing
your
our
parents
old
come
school.
from, sir?
It doesn't matter where they came from.
Well, I think
But what
it
matters
does. I'm
is
interested.
we
You call into the
conformed.
show frequently. I want to know where you're from, man. Where did your parents come
All right,
from?
I'm from Russia. I'm from Russia.
Oh,
But
from
anyways, it
Russia.
doesn't even matter.
Interesting.
What
Well, I
matters
am too.
is we conformed. My Muslim
Well,
friends in
I'm
Chicago
actually
that I
more
grew up with in
technically,
school,
sir.
they
Wanna know something?
conformed. My Hispanic friends, they conformed. My Chinese friends, they
You want to know what's
conformed.
interesting?
All of us.
You want to know
But
what's
what these
interesting?
people are doing when they're crossing the borders, they're not conforming.
They used your ethnicity, Russia, to say why it's actually bad to have people that are from Russia immigrate here, because they say your people, the Russians, and my people too, I'm part Russian as well, they say that we came in here to have anchor babies and that all that bullshit. Are you okay with that, sir? Excuse you.
No, see, back in the day, it was different. There's nothing we could do about it because we didn't know what was going on with the Reconstruction Act. That was all garbage. That was done away with. Americans got sent out to go get killed in World War I, and the Germans and all that stuff. We went out there to fucking die.
Wait, are you not happy about the fact that?
And then boats, and then European boats just came flooding the American shores. And World War II came. And then World War II came. Once World War II came, they sent more Americans to die off in China, Japan, all that. And then boats flooded America with Asians. So we keep getting sent out to war to die while they're replacing us. So you keep talking all that garbage that you want, but you're going to lose your freedoms, dude.
You're soying out.
You're going to lose your freedoms.
Who's replacing us? The Browns?
Illegal migrants are replacing us. And every time we get replaced, we lose
kind of like
rights.
a natural thing, sir. It's like a good thing.
No, it's
Here's
not
the thing.
natural.
Immigration is a good thing because the population of white and these quote unquote native born Americans, they're not as interested in having children, and so we need people that are willing to love this country come in. Don't you agree that it should be easier?
And what happens when people come here and they don't love this country?
Should it be easier to become an American?
What happens when they don't want to conform or be American and they just want to bring their Muslim stuff here? They want to bring their Buddhism stuff here, or they want to bring wherever they're from. What if they want to bring that here?
And Jews all come from like the same set of tales, right?
Yeah, they do, from the Middle East. And I don't care who's from the Middle East. If they come to America, then they're American. But if they want to bring in, their Allah.
Sir, you're a Christian, right? Your very religion comes from the Middle East. So why are you so afraid of these people? They bring, like, Muslims, you realize they invented a lot of stuff culturally for the Europeans.
Okay, so what happens? Okay, check this out. You say you're from Kansas, right? So what happens if a bunch of Muslims move over there and change your local noise ordinances by 55% vote to play prayer music at 4 a.m. in the morning when the sun starts coming up?
So when people are awake 24/7, they typically buy more, like you're saying.
No, people got 9 to 5 jobs.
We would have a huge boost of GDP. I would be more than welcoming of.
Okay, so check this out. Your local Kansas residents work a 9 to 5 job. So they get up at 7 in the morning to take a shower, eat something, be out the door at 8:30, and they're at work to clock in at 9 to 5. Now, when they get up at 7 a.m., they're getting woken up 3 hours early at 4 a.m. prayer music, cutting their sleep in half. They don't want to hear that prayer music going on, Allah, Akbar, and all that garbage at 4 a.m. in the morning. But they get outvoted. But now what happens when they get outvoted?
Kansas City, that would not happen. It would be just
Well,
like
they said that
it
about
would be
Dearborn,
just like
Michigan.
Christian. Here, I had a huge issue where I used to live next to a church, and they would play, they would be super loud as well sometimes. But I understood that that's just kind of how religions work.
Yeah, well,
And sometimes,
tell that
I'm not
to
religious.
the residents.
If
Tell
it's
that to the
that
residents
bad,
of Dearborn, Michigan.
the residents of
Tell that
Dearborn,
to the
Michigan
residents
are
of Dearborn,
more than
Michigan.
happy. Yeah, you realize that those Muslims are residents. They're Americans, right, sir? You know that, right? So
How long they been
why
there?
do you think?
Because they're
Do
not
you realize
American. No, you know
our
what? They're not
founders
American.
talked
They're not
about
American.
Muslims? You know that, right? Our
They're not
founders talked
American.
about Muslims.
They're not American. They're Muslim.
Sir,
And they
why
always
don't you
talk
engage
about
with
making
that?
America a Muslim nation. You know why Muslims always vote Democrat? Is because Democrats have
They
no
don't.
morals, they have no standards, they
You
have
realize
nothing, and they're
Dearborn
destroying this
voted for
country
Trump, right?
with unconstitutional legislation. That's why they want the
No,
destruction of America so they could turn it
Muslims
into
are
a Muslim
typically more
nation.
conservative, sir. Muslims are typically more conservative once they've.
No, their lifestyle is. Their lifestyle is, not their voting habits.
their
They vote Democrat
lifestyle
because they
is.
want the destruction of America. They want to turn it into a Muslim nation. That's what it is. There's video clips going on in New York, Dearborn, all these other places in the United States, and you're blind to see that. Either
I'm
you're on the
blind.
take or you're an idiot. Which one is it?
No,
Are you on the
sir.
take or are you an idiot?
No, sir, I'm not being paid, and I'm not an idiot. I just understand that there are multiple different cultures and countries that can exist within America and still be American and love America. I'm sorry your view of America is so weak and limp that you think that it can only exist when it's supported by the church and Christianity. No, not at all. I think you can be Muslim and still love this country and love its values.
Nah, you're.
Why not?
You
Why don't
got
you engage with that, you coward?
engage with what?
Engage with what I
Engage
just
with
said.
what?
Why do you think
Me saying America's weak?
Why do you think our values are so weak, you fucking coward?
Because for the past decade, since Trump walked down the escalator talking about he's going to be a presidential candidate as a Republican, they've been slandering him, calling him a rapist.
So
now they're
that's
calling
why
him a
you
racist.
don't believe in our
now they're calling him all
values, because
types
people
of
were mean to
dude.
Trump. You're such a little bro. You're not a patriot at all.
No,
don't
you're not a
fucking wrap
patriot.
your
You're
shit in
selling out. You're
American
selling out your
flag.
American. You're
Don't
selling out your American
as your
countrymen.
phone case. You are such a little bitch because you just said
What? You're gonna
that our
say the
liberty,
Democrats
our
did it?
freedom, and our ideology is so fucking weak that that you're willing to throw it away because some people were mean to Trump. What a bitch.
No, the
bro.
Democratic
so
Party
sad.
been inciting violence for over a decade. Take to the streets, make them pay. Let them know that they ain't wanted. They're them sending Antifa and BLM out to burn down cities
So is
and
that
mass
okay?
rape
Is it
all over
okay
the
to
United
wish death
States.
on your fellow American? Is that okay?
Hey, dude, you're gonna say that there weren't violent riots for the past 10
Is
years all
that
across the United States?
okay? Is that okay? Answer the question. Is it okay?
No, it's not okay. But you
Okay,
guys
so you don't
advocated for
support
it.
Trump.
You supported
I
it.
just wanna
You
make
guys
sure.
went out and
I just
rioted
wanna
for
make
it.
sure.
You guys
When-
burned down cities for it. You burned down
okay,
cities
I just
for it.
wanna
And
make
if
sure.
that ain't work,
Sir,
you guys
sir,
invaded our
sir.
children's schools. You invaded our children's schools, and you had
He's on his
story
sword
time,
right
homo
now,
time,
guys.
and had drag queens twerking for fucking children. Then you
When
had
did that
pronouns
happen?
come out with
Oh, he's on
non-binary
one.
pronouns and 1,800 different
Careful.
genders going on.
Careful,
You
you're
guys are
touching your numbers
destroying.
right now, sir. You're touching your
You're
numbers.
destroying
Careful.
our country.
I destroy. See, this is just it. You think our country sucks.
No, you think our country sucks.
No,
that
I
you
love
got to
our
sit there and advocate. So you advocate for grown ass men and drag queens twerking for our children with homo story time and teaching
Twerking
children
for our
that there's
children.
1,800
Can
different
you show where
pronouns.
they're twerking for the children?
Yeah, pull it up on your Google for everybody on your YouTube channel to see.
Sir,
Pull it up right now on YouTube. Put
Sir,
it in your
I'm not
search
on a
bar.
list like you,
Drag
sir, and I'm
queens
not gonna look
twerking
up-
for kindergarten children.
Yeah, so I don't want to be on a list like you are, sir. So I'm not going to look. that
Yeah,
up.
exactly. Because you know I'm right, and you're a sellout to your American countrymen and your future children's generations to come. But you ain't gonna have them because, like you said earlier, you swing both ways. So you're a homo, dude. You ain't gonna have
homo.
no kids, and that's a good thing. You ain't gonna have no kids, because then we ain't gotta deal with your kind in the future. So that's a good thing. This world always has a way of correcting itself. That's why volcanoes erupt. That's why things burn to the ground. It has a way of correcting itself. And you guys didn't cry for us. You guys didn't cry.
Volcanoes
Hey, you guys
erupt
didn't
because
cry
I'm
for
gay.
us.
I love that, bro.
Look, you didn't cry for us when we said stay away from our children in these schools. And for the past 10 years, you guys been pushing it,
No,
even
sir,
past that.
where
all right.
Where are these
We're
books?
not going to cry for
What are
you
these
guys.
books
Hey, we're not
called?
going to cry for yous either. I've been
not
trying to
gonna
rap
cry
with
for
you
your-
guys for 10 years.
So, like, this
I've
is
been
what
trying
I'm
to rap
talking
with you guys
about.
for
MAGA
10
is
years.
very dangerous because it allows for this type of thought to hate your fellow
Okay,
Americans.
how about this?
So viciously.
Okay, since you make that claim, all right, MAGA is so dangerous. Why don't you search two things in your search bar? Put in Democrats inciting violence, and then put MAGA inciting violence, and then put both of them up there, and see who burns these cities down more. Put anti-MAGA
cities.
protest.
Okay, so Democratic leaders inciting violence. Let's look that up.
Yeah. Democrats inciting violence and MAGA inciting violence.
You are so cooked, bro.
Nah, you are. And
I've
put
got
it
some
up for
bad
all of us to
news.
see. Let us all see that.
Accusations
Let us
that
all see your
Democratic
screen.
Oh, okay. Okay, you want to see my screen? Say please.
I ain't saying please to you. I'm done catering to you people. All of my fucks went out the window for you people. All of them. I have zero fucks for you guys.
So, this is interesting. According that Democratic leaders are inciting political violence primarily stem from Republican officials, the White House, and conservative media. Now let's look up MAGA leaders inciting violence. Let's see this. MAGA leaders and influencers have been widely documented for inciting political violence through rhetoric, organization, and the framing of violence as a legitimate political tool. Yeah, you guys are cooked.
No, you're cooked. Since you pulled it up, let me pull it up on my side. Let me pull it up on my side.
I have a question. Didn't you
you're a
literally
liar,
say
dude.
it's okay to shoot people? Weren't you advocating for people to, like, weren't you saying it's, that you want to, in the Civil War, you're okay with that? You like violence, sir. You want to fight because you know your ideology is so fucking stupid that
no,
the only
you guys are stupid, and I'm done pandering to you non-binary 1800 genders in our children's schools, letting in illegal migrants to be. You know how many illegal migrants kill people in drunk driving accidents?
How many children cross the border? Drunk driving accidents, sir?
Yeah, not as many as them, but we're American. That's something we have to deal with. We don't have to deal with that from other people, from other countries.
We can kill. So I have a question. Is it okay for me as an American to kill a family of 4 driving drunk home from the bar?
No, it's not okay. But it's definitely not okay for some illegal migrant to do it.
Is it worse?
That's something we're going to have to deal with you.
Is it worse? Why is it worse?
Because you're one American on top of what 4 or 5 illegal migrants doing it. Those numbers are not the same.
No, sir.
And you can keep conflating it.
Americans killing people from drunk driving than there are.
And that's just drunk drivers. What about all these people these past 10 years that were getting murdered and robbed by illegals?
Were you one of them?
No. But I know people that were.
I don't know.
We in Chicago, trust me, dude.
People.
I'm in Chicago, yes. My mother even was one of them. So I know what I know. But you're just a straight up lie. Like, no, nothing could be wrong with the left, but everything is wrong with the right.
I don't say that. I criticize the left.
Because, these past 10 years, that these Democrats, they've been inciting violence.
So, wait, what violence specifically are you pointing to?
And all also, these anti-MAGA.
Do you want me to bring up the statistics
of
Americans?
Look up
Okay.
Look up Look up anti-MAGA rallies. Put it in your search bar. You don't even have to press
Anti-MAGA
play on
rallies?
any of the
What?
videos. You don't even have to press play on the videos. Just put in anti-Trump rallies and then scroll through and look how many different pictures of shit you see burning to the ground.
That's great. Okay.
Just put it in your search bar.
Just look up January 6th when you guys tried to take over our country.
Okay, January 6th is one event. That's one event, but did you know the releasings are being held in Washington? And if you go to Washington, go to Washington. Go to Washington and read the findings of J6. Read it.
Sir, calm down.
Nah, because you know what?
Indicates
All
that
you guys do is
undocumented
lie.
immigrants are less likely to be arrested for drunk driving than native-born Americans.
You know what? 95% of Americans came out and voted for Trump, including the Amish. And the Amish don't even do nothing.
Bro, tell me, do you watch like Looney Tunes in the morning? Is that where you get your news?
No,
from Looney Tunes?
No. When we had our presidential elections going on, how many people came out to MAGA rallies?
Okay,
those MAGA rallies, stretched miles.
Sir,
those MAGA rallies stretched miles outside of the rally point.
Sir, the Roadrunner actually doesn't run into the like you can't run through a wall. Okay?
You know what? You can lie all you want, but those MAGA rallies, they stretched miles outside the rally point, and Democrats couldn't even pack a bathroom. Democrats had to pay people and bust them in their rallies.
Do you like I remember you like soy out about trans people too. But are you like, do you have a weird fetish with bathrooms?
Dude, I have children, which you do not have, so you will never understand
in that question, you're showing your ass, because in that question had nothing to do with fucking children. You are a weird pedo. I remember now. You're a weird pedo.
Nah, you're the pedo, dude. You're the minor attracted person. That's why you're on the left. It's because you want to protect yourself from getting killed in prison. Bro, you literally thought of restrooms
and thought of children. That's pedophilic activity.
Look, let me tell you this. You know what? Why did the gay community thrive for decades and decades and decades and never had an issue? You got Elton John having concerts. You had the mama just killed a man. Whoever that artist was. The gay community.
I'm gonna have to.
No, the gay community thrived for decades, and now all of a sudden the Democratic Party comes in with you minor attracted persons, and they destroyed the gay community. The Democrats destroyed the gay community.
Tell your nurse that you need an extra wipe today. I can tell. Okay.
Well, enjoy your freedoms.
I will. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed that call, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and boost me out in the algorithm. Those types of conversations, always so interesting, aren't they? We love bad. We love seeing what the grandpas are thinking. Caller 1? On what? He was just waffling about things he didn't like. Anyways, folks, if you guys are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe. What's up, Vandrid? W Slop, thank you. I appreciate it. We work on our slop out here, folks. What's up, Farquad? Good to see you. What's up, Sumdum? That was funny. I know, he really reminds me of those boomers. He really reminds me of those boomers that are, that plague my Instagram. By the way, if you guys want to see my Instagram, go check out the stream from yesterday where I looked through it in the final 30 minutes. It's pretty great. Caller, by the way, what's up, Kyle? Caller pretending like the LGBTQ community hasn't constantly been attacked is disgusting. Yeah, I agree. It happens all the time, though. Yeah, there are lynchings and all that, but, you know, because it's not really taught in history class, people just don't think it exists. And that's what they point to. They point to the history of the LGBTQ being taught as the wokeification. No, that's just the history of an American minority that has historically been persecuted. Harvey Milk? Who's Harvey Milk? What does he do? Anyways, folks, feel free to call in. We are, I believe, an hour and 8 minutes away. An hour and 8 minutes away from logging off. If you guys want to add 30 minutes and have the vote for the Rightoid of the day, feel free to donate. Help out the channel. Once we get to 5 donations here, that's when we're able to. That's when we're able to do the Rightoid vote and add 30 minutes. Dude, you know who Harvey Milk is? I don't, but it seems like some people do. Oh, he's a gay politician from the 70s or 80s? That's dope. That's dope. The GOP wants to siphon your money through corporate tax cuts. That's very true. Yeah, the big beautiful bill. Donald Trump likes to frame it as this amazing piece of legislation. What that bill did was cut taxes for the top 1%, but not just that, ladies and gentlemen. It also tried to deregulate AI. It tried to fund ICE through multiple nefarious means. I mean, this is a bad bill, folks. It's a bad bill, and it's a sign that Donald Trump is not able to actually pass real policy. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in. And I think a good example as well is this stupid Save America Act that he's trying his hardest. He's begging the Republicans, please, 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 Senator Thune needs to do his job. It's embarrassing. When you say Democrats, do you mean like today's Democrats? Socialists? Well, listen, we have a big tent, and I think that Democrats across the board are good for this country. And so, yes, I mean socialists, I mean rural liberals like me, urban liberals like so many others. There are so many Democrats across the country that are letting their voice be known. Yeah, exactly. Look, Andreas, see, this is what I love to see. Andreas a couple months ago, very adversarial to the Democrats. Now, says me socialist, not just me socialist Democrat, not just socialist. And I'm proud of that. I like that. I like that they are able to feel like the party can represent them in some form. It pisses me off when I see like some of my fellow liberals just constantly shit on the left. Like, if you shit on the left from time to time, nope, not what I said at all. I was doing caveman. Well, exactly. Exactly. No, be happy. Own it, Andreas. Please. Or else my point will fall. Oh, you meant to say I am a socialist. Dems aren't socialists. Well, I think that you have some form. I think you have some representation here. Join the 21st century and get some socialism into your America. Well, listen, I think that we need a social safety net. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people would be happy if they didn't see their fellow American on the street, and I think that's so sad. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in and tell us why we're wrong. Unfortunately, MAGA is very afraid. They are scared, some would say. Scaredy cats. Oh, look at MAGA. They're very afraid, folks. They're very afraid. We'll probably, if nobody calls in within the next like 10 minutes, we'll switch over to some news and watch that together. Socialism only brings tyranny. Yeah, like in the UK. And in all the Nordic countries. But that's just it. People don't know what socialism really means. It's dependent on the user. Anyways. Let me see if there's any interesting news percolating onto the Etherverse. I'm just a bill. Oh, I'm only a bill. Good song. I feel so oppressed over here. No, Ozzy, don't feel oppressed. Don't feel oppressed. Truth nuke about female police? Oh, Asmongold, no. Don't truth nuke them. No. No, please, for the love of God, don't truth nuke them. Please. At least 3 killed, 15 wounded in Moscow restaurant explosion. Uh-oh. Breaking, Trump publicly admonishes Jeanine Pirro over dropped charge. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Very interesting. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in. God, Arch is doing some real bad shit recently. He has the second worst Batman show ever. Oh no. True Patriot Hours. It is True Patriot Hours. If you're a patriot, feel free to like, subscribe, donate, or buy a membership. All are valid forms of patriotism here. Very valid. Very valid. Honestly, I need to start, I really want to make a series, and I am working on one, but so I guess I should say, I'm working on a series that is, going over the rightoids. Kill lobbying in the USA Senate. Amen. Yeah, lobbying has to go, but the only way to do that is, well, it's dependent, right? If you want to get rid of Citizens United, adding 4 justices to the Supreme Court would enable us to get rid of that. Because the conservative justices love it. So if we added 4 justices to the court, we would be able to repeal it without a 2/3 amendment to the Constitution. And in terms of lobbying in general, there are a couple ways to do that. Banning insider trading, i.e. stocks, is absolutely mandatory. And we have a bill on the books right now. The only issue is Mike Johnson is holding it up. Why? I wonder. You know, Mike Johnson is really the scumbag who his financial contributions are very strained. He's a weird dude. Anyways, folks, yeah, that bill is getting used as toilet paper. I think it's only because I don't know. Mike Johnson really has some weird ties. Hold on. I want to play some sound bites. By the way, the Asmongold emoji, I'll have it out tomorrow, so get excited for that. Okay, so this is already one of our sound bites.
I guess I did something to piss off the Instagram gods.
Just watching my algorithms get crushed. Just watching my algorithms get crushed right now. Happy birthday. It is not my birthday. Oh, it's Jen's birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Jen. We love Jen out here. Jen is a very valued community member. The best soundboard sound is metal pipe falling. I don't know. I do here. Let me join the void real quick. So here are our current sound bites. Why can't I hear that? Oh, I think it's connected to... Hold on. Hold the phone, folks. Here's the current sound bites we have.
Just watching.
Okay. It should work now.
She became a black person.
She became a black person. I love that soundbite from Trump. It's honestly one of my favorites. That, and we do a little trolling. We do a little trolling. It's called We Do a Little Trolling. All right, and then we have Alex Jones.
Damn you, Jews!
And then we have Charlie from Moist Critical fame. And then we have, what is this? Oh, I forgot. We do have the boom. We do have the boom, folks. I love the boom. I really do. I do. What is this? The flame? Charlie Kirk. Okay.
We are Charlie!
Okay, that's a good one. And then the classic, I love Israel. I love Israel. That is my famed soundbite, ladies and gentlemen. That's what got me here. I love Israel. Is Israel. Anyways, folks, feel free to call in. Tell me why I'm wrong, or stay tuned. We'll be getting into the news here soon. Or we'll make fun of well, I can't make fun of a Rightoid. That's only if I make my goal. I'm sorry, guys. Social science isn't physics, nor should it be. Thank you, I appreciate that. Five Nuts at Freddy's. Let's go. Oh my god, what is this? The rise of the e-girl, avatar trend. I am not a fan of that. Captain Kirk. Hey, thank you for the $2 from Aussie Welder. Shout out. We appreciate it. Aussie Welder with another $2. Alright, you might be gaming the system a little bit here, Bubs. I'll count it as one. Alright? But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Aussie Welder is a badass. I see them in, oh, another $2. Thank you so much, Aussie. I really appreciate it. Here, I will add one image. I will add one to it because that was incredibly based, and we really appreciate. I do really appreciate the donations, but we gotta get diverse. I'll add two. All right, I'll add two. All right. Gotta get diversity in spending here, folks. Diversity in spending. I appreciate it, Ozzy. Just trying to get the count up. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No. I appreciate it. I do. That's what I heard about OG Big Biscuit. That's what I heard. Thank you so much again, Ozzy. I appreciate it. Sumdum, what's up, gamer? Ozzy just mogged us all. I know, he's absolutely based. I've heard through the grapevine that they have a huge brain and big hands. Australia is a myth. You know, we do have we have a couple Australians here, and I very much appreciate their patronage. There can't be a country on Earth where even the trees kill you. Well, there is. There is, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, folks, we are one donation away. Honestly, you know what? You know what? We'll add. We'll get the Rightoid of the Day vote. What the heck? What the heck? We'll get the Rightoid of the Day vote going. You know what? I like to spoil my people. I spoil my people, okay? But we are gonna get some heavy hitters here. Hold on. So we got Benny Johnson. Who else should we do? Who else should we do, ladies and gentlemen? Shoe on Head. Ah, God, I actually don't know. We're not doing Shoe on Head. We'll do Nick Shirley. I'm sorry, we're not doing Shoe on Head. She may be the worst one. She may be the worst one. Who else do we have? Who else do we have? Yeah, we just had Shoe. Well, we watched a little bit of Shoe. Here's the issue with Shoe on Head, though. She's just so grating, dude. All right, Benny Johnson, Nick Shirley. Ooh, Liberal Hive Mind. Who else? Who else? Destiny. Destiny's not necessarily a rightoid. I wish Destiny would give up the whole hating on the left and shit. Because it makes it harder for people to engage. Like, I don't know. Yink that guy is amazing. Alright, Yerk that guy. I've never heard of him. Let me look him up real quick. Is that the guy you were recommending the other day? Farquad? Oh, let's go. Yerk that guy. Let's go. I like this. I like this. Thank you again. I like this. All right, get your votes in, guys. At the end of the timer, we will add 30 minutes and see where our vote takes us. Where our vote takes us. Damn, this looks good. This looks good. The national DSA sucks. Yeah, I think they all kind of blow, but I don't know. I just think that we're facing a threat that is much more pressing. Michigan Senate hopeful Abdul El Sayed holds campaign rally. That's interesting. Honestly, we might watch that. Questions about Gaza's future. Man kidnapped, killed by suspect in Cheyenne Hills. Interesting. I will keep Todd Blanche as acting attorney general against the wishes of the Congress. That's great. I love that. I love that. All right, let's see. Let's watch some news. Let's watch some news. Beautiful music, by the way. Shout out to Front Mission 4. Oh, no, this is for video games. I apologize. Maybe we should play some video games. Maybe some people would enjoy that. I don't know, I'm always iffy on the video games, because video games, you know, some people enjoy watching them, some people don't. When are we getting That Guy Plays Fallout 2? Someday. You'll get it someday, okay? Listen, I do want to do more Let's Play like videos. The problem is I already am very swamped with all of the goals I have right now. I'm very swamped, but at some point I will relight That Guy Doesn't Exist but with numbers in it, and that's where I do all my gaming related stuff. So someday it will happen, and I want to give you like a good Let's Play. You know, I want to actually engage with the Let's Play. You know what I mean? I want to really what's the word I'm looking for? I want to really respond and actually play the video game, you know? Because a lot of the time, all I'm doing is just, like, a lot of the games I play are busy work games, i.e. I just do stuff. Like, it doesn't take a lot of mental tax to talk about the news while I do them. I want to be immersed. Exactly. Exactly. The word I'm looking for is immersion. Exactly. I want to immerse you guys. And I used to, I used to have some video game related content on another channel. That guy doesn't exist with the numbers. But I privated all of them. But I had some interesting ideas in there that I think are worth pursuing in the future. So who knows? Anyways, Michigan Senate hopeful Abdul El Sayed holds campaign rally. Let's see what he's talking about.
Thank you. Y'all are too kind. Thank you. All right, let's remind them why we're here. Money out of? We can do that a little bit louder. Money out of?
Money out of?
Money in your? Medicare for? One more time. Money out of? Money in your? Medicare for?
This is kind of a lame start. I'm going to be honest. I like Abdul too. I actually prefer him over Stevens, but not a great way to start off. I don't know, like money for all. I don't know.
All right, y'all. We know what we have to do. And today, I just want to reflect on a word that people have been talking about for some time. You heard the Congresswoman. You heard our incredible speakers. And by the way, can we have one more round of applause for our incredible speakers today? Folks who've been leading the fight all over this state in the upper Midwest for a very long time, leading that fight. And the word is electability. You heard that word? It's one of those many syllable words that nobody really has one definition for. Now, the simplest definition for the idea of electability is that you get elected, but they only ever use the word if you haven't been elected before. And it's a word that gets used to highlight things about you that you can't quite refute. Electability.
My electability is that I have a big wiener.
My whole name.
That's a joke, liberals. Okay? Have you ever heard of a joke? I hope so.
Is Abdurrahman Muhammad Al-Sayyid. That's the whole name. My first name alone has 11 letters in it. It's got sounds that come out of parts of people's throats they don't know they have.
Yeah, he said this a couple times. It's like, yeah, it was good the first time. Somebody, so he's not directly DSA and not associated, but somebody I'm concerned about is that Hong girl. She had some bad takes, like, and she was looking kind of anemic. I was kind of concerned, but maybe she does well. I don't know.
And for most of my life, I thought my name meant that I would be fundamentally unelectable. Because my whole life, I had mentors and people who met me say, someday you'll run for office. And I'd be like, did you see my name, though? And it happened.
You're laughing. That's sad. That's sad. I mean, yeah, like, did you see my name, though? Like, how do I... And this is why I love America, folks. Because people with weird names can't get elected.
At my college graduation, I tell this speech sometimes on the stump.
His name isn't weird.
I was the valedictorian in my class at Michigan, got to give the student commencement speech. A real honor.
The Iron Curtain has reached
the
Colorado.
Only person anybody...
No! I don't know, you are our resident not really DSA, but you are our resident leftist, right? How do you feel about Hong? She feels kind of fake, to be honest.
Went to go listen to that day was a former president named Bill Clinton, including my own parents. And I give my speech. President Clinton gives his speech. He says some really nice things about me in his speech. My dad claps for me for the first time in my whole life. And then after the speech, he comes up to me. He looks at me, he does his Bill Clinton thing, son.
Oh, please don't tell. Are we gonna shit on Bill Clinton? Come on. What did Slick Willie do to you? I am afraid. Is this going to turn into a scary story, if you know what I mean? Joking.
Why are you going to medical school? I said, I'm brown and Muslim, is what we do. But I love science and I love people, and this is how I want to serve. He said,
I actually don't. I think this is going to be like, and he told me you can be whatever you want to be. If that's the case, he's giving Bill Clinton some hype. I mean, that's kind of badass. I appreciate that.
It's great, but you got a gift for speaking. Maybe someday you'll run for office. I literally just laughed in his face. I said, Mr. President, really nice of you to say, did you see my name? People like me don't get to run for office. He thought about it for a second, and then he chuckled and walked away. I have thought that I was unelectable for most of my life.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of he was kind of like, I think that's a dap up. He laughed and walked away. That's it. As if the idea was...
I didn't think politics was ever anything that I would do. I became a doctor because I really did want to heal. And at some point, you start to think a little bit about the problems that you want to solve. You're working as Detroit's health director in a health department that they've shut down. Despite being the oldest health department in the entire state, 185 years old. You start looking at the decisions that get made and wonder, who's making these decisions? And then Donald Trump got elected, and I said, you know what? If that man can get elected, what the hell does unelectability mean anyway?
Amen. A fucking man, bro. You know what? I agree with that.
So I ran for governor, didn't know what I was doing. I said, I'm gonna go big or go home. I went big, then I went home.
Did you watch the...
But we earned 340,000 votes. Finished second of three in a three-way primary.
How long is it?
And more importantly, I said something that I think folks weren't quite ready to hear. Donald Trump is not himself the disease. He's just the worst symptom of the disease of our politics. The disease is the system that allows billionaires and corporations and special interests like AIPAC to buy and sell politicians to rig the system against us. And if you don't believe me, what does $70 million spent in a primary for U.S. Senate? What?
I could watch it tomorrow. Excuse me, I'm dying.
Is that except for corporations and billionaires and special interests trying to buy politicians to rig the system against us?
I don't like when people do this.
8 years on, Trump has been elected a second time. I'm sitting in my office. They froze federal funds. I had to ask myself, where's the fight for public's health as I'm sitting here trying to get WIC checks out the door one more week or keep our federally qualified health centers open?
Okay, I'm glad Live Now from Fox has the has Detroit, Michigan and the Capitol Hill in frame. I was wondering what was going on there.
And our current U.S. Senator announces that day that he's not seeking re-election.
Did they just get like did they get a drone? They were like, we gotta use this bitch. We gotta use it. Dying.
And as we've campaigned across 110 different cities now, 500 plus public events.
Okay, so I'm gonna watch that Economist video tomorrow on stream, but hold on. Let me get that pulled up. I'm going to get that pulled up, and then with the 30 minutes I have left, the 40 minutes, you know what we're going to do? We're going to watch an interview that I think you guys will like, that will harken back to some of my
Elon Musk, thank you so much for joining me on The Insider. Thank you for having us here at Tesla Giga. It is really hard to introduce you without using superlatives.
Quiet, piggy.
You are doing, I think, more to build the future than literally anybody alive right now.
I'm doing a lot of building in general.
You're doing a lot of building?
Instinctive builder, I suppose. I just like building things.
You are, but you're building,
I just like building things. I just like building things Love. I just like building things. What's going on here? There he is. God, he looks horrible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right, but hold on. This has been... I watched H3 react to this, and I was so shocked at how amazing this was that I couldn't not watch it. So we're going to actually watch this right now, and then we'll it was a cross post. There it is, bro. The Occult Secrets. So it's an hour 12. We're not going to watch all of it. We're not going to watch all of it, guys, but we are going to watch just enough to know. Just enough to have our brain melted a little bit, okay? Get excited, folks. Oh, hold on. Looks like I missed some key context. LOL, Elon is still crashing out over this, and yet he does not care what people think. What a fragile con man. Oh yeah, he's a little baby boy. Bro, here they are. Okay, so if you guys don't know who Big Nick is, his name is a little ironic, and you may see why here in a moment. And this dude, I guess his name is Demon Eraser. Oh my god, his name is... I thought they were joking, bro. His name is actually Demon Eraser. His name is actually Demon Eraser. All right. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Haven't heard of Big Nick since 2016. I'm telling you. Or is that 2018? Yeah, so he's kind of fell off, but he still gets a lot of views. I mean, hey, we talk about Arch Warhammer, so you know what I mean? We're okay with... We get some deep cuts out here. And Big Nick is definitely one of them. So let's... We're going to ×2 it. Just so... for brevity's sake. But the title of the video... The Occult Secret World. Black magic, human sacrifice, and Nazi rituals. So I've been quoting this podcast, Ziggurat. So you'll see what I mean here soon. Let's watch.
People are using these children's body parts for magic. There's people that collect the aborted fetuses and they pose as technology companies. Those people collect the fetuses to create magic effigies or idols. There's ways you can take a separate...
This is all true. So do you guys remember a caller a while back believed in this idea of the fetus stock exchange? Well, our boy Demon Eraser has us covered because he's going to be covering this in depth. So,
severed head of a child and speak to a demon.
What people don't know about the Nazis is that they were actually heavily involved in the occult. There was a society called the Virillia Society.
Yes, so Nick, I think everybody knows that. I think everybody knows that the Nazis and the occult, like that, bro. Who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that?
The way that the Nazis were able to get a lot of their technology, because they were like super advanced. They were building things that we use today. They were even creating like anti-gravity craft. The Nazis were actually sacrificing human beings to Nephilim, and the Nephilim were giving them this
technology.
They were sat in exchange for technology, bro. Did you not know that? Yeah, if you didn't know that, you may not be very in-depth with world history. Buckle up, okay, folks? Buckle up. Because this shit's about to get a little bumpy.
Technology and knowledge.
And they didn't lose, by the way. They've continued. They persisted.
What is black magic?
So that's different than normal magic in a sense, because there is an aspect of psychology that pertains into...
Yeah, so what is black magic? Okay, let's get past the dressing. I want to see what these guys are saying.
Pertains into black magic that is also based on dark manipulation, essentially. I'm debating if...
Bro, what is that?
I can explain some of the psychological aspects. You know, I'll explain...
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel today.
Dude, there's Big Nick. You know what's ironic is he's actually kind of short.
Hey, I'm very excited for today's episode. It's going to be a powerful one. I have my friend here who I've been watching for quite a while. But before we get into today's video, make sure you guys...
So I did wonder. I haven't checked Demon Eraser's channel out. Forgive me, guys. I haven't checked out Demon Eraser's channel. What does Demon Eraser believe in? Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to go back on this. That's okay. We'll just check out some of his channel. Ex-Muslim exposes dark truth of Muslim beliefs, bro. What? The shooter's texts have been released. It's oh wow. I wonder who he believes controls the world, guys. Wow. Whoa, bro. He streams regularly? Let's go. Let's go. We gotta catch his stream sometime, guys. Demon Eraser. By the way, quoting the Book of Enoch. Very well-regarded Christian tome right there. Let's go.
People are using these children's body parts for magic.
Yeah, we get it. There's a fetus stalking.
They were building things that we
get it.
So I feel like we're to be more so.
Is what he goes by on social media. So Demon Erasers, thank you so much for coming on today.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on. This is gonna be an exciting episode. I feel like we're gonna talk about some wild stuff like Nephilim and witchcraft and the occult and all kinds of stuff. And for those who don't know, I'm like an exorcist kind of, or used to be more so, but I've kind of stepped away from a lot of that because there's a lot of witchcraft.
Oh, he's an ex-exorcist. That's crazy. They're gonna call him up. They're gonna be dealing, dude. If you're dealing with a demon, call this guy. He knows what's to do. He knows what's to do and when's to do it.
Involved in a lot of the exorcist space, and they don't even realize they're doing it. And so it's pretty wild. But or deliverance.
Wait, hold on.
Witchcraft and the occult and all kinds of stuff. And for those who don't know, I'm like an exorcist kind of, or used to be more so, but I've kind of stepped away from a lot of that because there's a lot of witchcraft involved in a lot of the exorcist space, and they don't even realize they're doing.
Bro, what? How did you... So, wait, how did you come to the understanding? Wait, what type of exorcist was this guy? Like, when I think exorcist, I think sanctioned by the Catholic Church, right? And while, like, I do know, like, there is some weird stuff in my own personal beliefs about, like, demons, I don't think a fourth dimensional being is really able to take control of a human. So, like, what are we talking about here? I think the priests... What? Was he a priest, or was he, like...
Doing it. And so it's pretty wild, but or deliverance ministry, they call it in the Christian space, which is what I was involved in pretty intensely. But yeah, so I talk about all kinds of crazy.
So wait. He was like a Catholic priest, right? Or like a Christian. He was a demon eraser. God, his name is so apt, right, guys?
So we're talking about witchcraft and magic and all kinds of fun things.
Well, let's do it. Okay. What is witchcraft, essentially?
Yeah, so witchcraft actually, a lot of this was taught to people by the Nephilim. The Nephilim was kind of the origins that we believe the witchcraft came from, that it's like written and it's talked about.
Oh, it's all the Nephilim, ladies and gentlemen. All right, write this down, folks. The Nephilim created witchcraft. Do you guys know what the Nephilim are? God, I love this. They're like, I don't need to explain what the Nephilim are. We don't need to explain what the Nephilim are.
In the Book of Enoch specifically, it's also found referenced in the Dead Sea Scrolls and other texts where it alludes to things like in the Book of Jubilees as well. And I think the Book of Jasher also mentions some of the stuff, but it says that...
The Book of Jasher! By the way, the Book of Jasher was lost. Nobody knows what was written in the Book of Jasher, but that's neither here nor there. I'm sure, you know, like if you just use like the fake version, it can work. Like, you know, like, have you guys ever tried to play Warhammer 40k? You don't know, like, exactly how to play, and sometimes you and your homie just make up the rules. That's basically how the Book of Jasher works.
The angels that came down, that mated with humans, essentially creating the Nephilim, ended up teaching women and men as well.
Okay, so never mind. Okay, I withdraw, folks. I withdraw my criticism. He said essentially creating the Nephilim, but he did explain the Nephilim are angels, so winged creatures, and the humans fucking each other. Like, biblical angels, I don't even think have dicks. That's something else. Like, the Nephilim is so funny, because, like, just imagine, how would an angel, hold on. Let me show you guys what these biblically accurate angels. Let me show you what these motherfuckers look like. Okay? One moment. You're telling me this dude is putting his dick inside of a woman? Where does his dick even begin? Where's this guy's cock? Where is it? This dude? I don't know, man. I don't know. Bro. You're not having sex. You're not having sex with these. Look at them. How do you even do that? How do you have sex with these things? Where does it begin? Where? Just try to stop me? Well, good luck, man. More important, like, it's a woman who has to birth a Nephilim, okay? Do you think that I don't even want to, yeah, like, where do you begin? What's happening? Well, right now we're talking about the Nephilim, okay? If you don't know, those are angels' offspring from human. It's like it's a mix between human and angel, right? Apparently. But I'm just wondering, like, archangels are typically depicted. Oh, okay. Got you. In the Bible, though? I don't know, man. And look at these. These guys got fucking... Okay, these look more human. They do have wings on their head. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The cutting of plants and roots and seems magic and the controlling of demons. And this is the origin of witchcraft. Witchcraft is essentially manipulation and control.
Listen, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. We have the best community on YouTube. And I appreciate all the love and support you guys have given me recently. It means a lot.
It's called witchcraft. It's from like it's not arts and crafts. It's magic arts and witchcraft. Like that's where this kind of
It's like magic arts and witchcraft. Listen to this again.
Plants and roots and magic and the controlling of demons. And this is the origin of witchcraft. Witchcraft is essentially manipulation and control. It's called witchcraft. It's from like it's not arts and crafts. It's magic art.
Oh, it's not like arts and crafts. Okay, if you guys think witchcraft is just like, oh, putting sticks together and making little tiddlywinks, you're wrong. Okay? It's like a craft. Like bricklayers. Ever heard of them?
Arts and witchcraft. Like that's where this kind of stems from. And so it's a form of manipulating things to your own will. It's not about like allowing the will of God to take control. It's about allowing your will
what?
to be the one that's in control. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty. There's a lot of parts to a lot of witchcraft and spelling and everything else.
Spelling.
There's a lot of parts to a lot of witchcraft. That's
really? Oh yeah, spelling. You're talking about like the language? Because I have looked into that as well.
I won't lie. I do feel kind of a little bit equipped to talk about this because, you know, I do dabble in the dark arts. I'm literally a necromancer, okay? No, I'm kidding. But, you know, I have studied the occult here and there, and this is just wrong. Like, there are a lot of forms of magic, quote-unquote. Like, magic encapsulates this idea. I think mysticism is probably a better term to use, right? Because like witchcraft, magic, that has like very different connotations, right? So mysticism, right? It's a pretty neutral framing in my opinion. So in terms of mysticism and the occult and stuff, like it depends on which branch you're talking about. Something like the Kabbalah is very much like a white strain. There's these terms, right? In terms of like magic itself. There's white magic and then there's black magic, okay? The white magic, that's just like super good stuff. There's like being nice to people and you will receive good thing. It's a little more complicated than that. It's all about white magic typically is where like the Kabbalah and all of there's a lot of Christianity in that relation of like white magic, not just like Jewish mysticism. There's Islamic influences in there as well. And so white magic is very much like just becoming closer to the universe, I guess. And that's not really about like possessing mortal things. That comes into more like, I guess what they're talking about, black magic, right? Black magic is this, it's magic for personal gain, you know? But there also is this middle ground where a lot of, like stuff relating to like nature and stuff falls into. So what they're saying here, they have no idea what they're talking about. I just wanted to clarify that and go on a tangent. Because I do find this stuff very interesting, actually.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff in the English language that is kind of like the way that they spell it is you're actually speaking curses over yourself.
Oh yeah. And
so that is just wrong. Yeah, saying fart actually makes you turn into a frog if you say it enough times.
And it's, well, here's the crazy part. So like spelling is not, like our language is very occultic. It's actually called witch tongue. And there's a lot of stuff in the English language.
What, bro? Witch tongue? I have never heard of that. Witch tongue? That English is witch tongue, folks. Hold on. Witch tongue. I've never heard that in my life. Like, literally, I've never heard that in my life. Witch Tongue by James. Witch Tongue Translator? New Witch's Tongue, One Piece Wiki. Temple of Witchcraft. All right, let's see here. The Tongue of Sorceresses. No way, I bet you got this from this. That was pretty passive-aggressive of you, don't you think? You probably owe her an apology. A high priestess said to me, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? Whoa, I don't know. That's kind of sounds like something I don't think we should be reading on here. Whoa. Witch Tongue Translator. Okay, so the spells that... Okay, so if I put in... Make me taller. Nunato Nitu taller. Well, that's not necessarily what... What? What? Witch tongue. So he's saying English is witch tongue. That's what I'm confused about. But that didn't translate to English, so I don't know.
Language that is English there. Is derived from English, which is supposedly Anglo-Saxon, but yeah. Anglo don't sound like angler, which means fish, and Saxon means sect of.
Anglo don't sound like English. Actually, really, it kind of does, right? Bro, no way.
Part of the word sex, okay? Yeah. Anglo-Saxon is not angler sex, it's angel sex. It literally means Nephilim. It's like a Nephilimized language. Wow. Anglo-Saxon is angel.
Wow. Wow. Big Nick's like blown away. Wow. What? No way. Bro, I'm not
Saxon, sect of angel.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah, so but the narrative though online, like when you try to Google some of these stuff, you have to read some like really old stuff to figure out these roots because they bury it. Yeah, and that's what the art of spelling is. Spelling is manipulating the meanings and the terms and the understandings of words so that you don't understand its root.
Now, you may think they're stupid, Ozzy, but we haven't even scratched. This is 4 minutes in. Haven't even scratched the surface. Anglo just means you're from England. You may think so, but actually it means angel sex. Okay, Kyle, hold on. Kyle, Ozzy, you must have missed the explanation here. They were very clear about it. Here, he was very clear. Watch him again. Oh fuck, that's loud. Oops.
Anglo don't sound like angler, which means fish, and Saxon means sect of or part of. It's the word sex. Okay. Yeah. Anglo-Saxon is not angler sex. It's angel sex. It literally means. Really?
Okay, it's not angler. I don't know why he shouted that out then. Anglo, angel, Saxon, sex. Put it together, angel sex. Oh my God, we were created from, or our language was created from angels having sex with us. Put it in your brain cavity, okay? This makes sense if you follow, guys. Just try to follow along. I will enlighten you if I can, but they know the way far more than
it's like a Nephilimized language. Wow. Anglo-Saxon is angel, Saxon, sect of angel.
Bro, it's a Nephilimized language. What the fuck does... No, bro. No. I want to talk to them. God, I would love to talk to Big Nick or Demon Eraser here. Ethan Klein has a video, or has a couple streams going over this. He invited Demon Eraser. What are the comments like this? Kinda solves the mystery. Who built the pyramids and how they did it? True, bro. Oh my God, he gets into the ziggurats. Bro, we gotta get to the ziggurats. If we can get to the ziggurats, I'll be happy.
Yeah, so but the narrative though online, like when you try to Google some of these stuff, you have to read some like really old stuff to figure out these roots because they bury it. Yeah, and that's what the art of spelling is. Spelling is manipulating the meanings and the terms and the understandings of a word so that you don't understand its roots. Okay, so like the root word for witchcraft is actually grimoire.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's what language is, guys. Fuck, he's so smart.
It's actually, if you right now type in grimoire, that's what the old books of witchcraft were called. The grimoires, like the Brothers Grimm, the Grimm fairy tales. Okay, grimoire. Grimm is the word witchcraft. Okay, and so that's why we call it Instagram. Okay, this word gram is also a derivation. The Grammys. That's why it's called the Grammys. They're telling you that it's witchcraft, or Telegram, or the program.
Bro, they say so much stupid stuff. I can't even hit a dab, bro. They say so much dumb shit. How? I'm trying to get... Bro, they literally just said, the Grammys? Oh, you mean like the grimoires? No. Nobody was saying that. I think old mate needs a dictionary. No, you're just not on their level. I'm trying to get to their level, but I just... I just don't think I have enough brain damage for that. But we'll see. Let's see.
Program into witchcraft, basically.
Pro means for, and gram means witchcraft. Program. Wow. It's for witchcraft.
Wow.
Saxon is angel, Saxon, sect of angel.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah, so but the narrative though online, like when you try to Google some of these stuff, you have to read some like really old stuff to figure out these roots because they bury it. Yeah, and that's what the art of spelling is. Spelling is manipulating the meanings and the terms and the understandings of a word so that you don't understand its roots. Okay, so like the root word for which...
Oh, so kind of like what you're doing right now, manipulating the meaning of words. Have you tried a lobotomy? That should get you to the level pretty quick. Well, I don't think I'd look good with a lobotomy. I've thought about it, though.
If you by now type in grimoire, that's what the old books of witchcraft were called. The grimoires, like the Brothers Grimm, the Grimm fairy tales. Okay, grimoire. Grimm is the word witchcraft. Okay, and so that's why we call it Instagram. Okay, this word.
What about YouTube? God, what about YouTube, bro? You, as in you, yourself, a tube, a funnel of tubes. They're trying to funnel yourself, you, into the screen, as in use your soul. Tube, meaning siphoning. They're trying to siphon your soul. Boom.
Word gram is also a root derivation, gram. The Grammys, like that's why it's called the Grammys. They're telling you that it's witchcraft.
Bro, that's the Grammys. That's why it's called the Grammys.
Or Telegram, or the program. The program. Pro means for.
Pro means for. Gram means grimoire. Pro witchcraft. Program is literally doing witchcraft.
Into witchcraft, basically.
Pro means for, and gram means witchcraft. Program.
Wow.
It's for witchcraft.
Wow.
That's how they're doing this. Like they're manipulating us with these words and these terminologies. This is what spelling is.
Yeah.
And then there's like this aspect of being like, oh, well, that's
this is what spelling is, bro. This is it. This is what spelling is.
From like, if you look up this, blah blah blah, it says it came from this. No, fool. Like they control the internet.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah.
Like they literally. By the way, if you guys are wondering who they think they are, you'll find. Well, I'm sure you guys can take a guess who they think they are.
Yeah, like straight up, bro. Of course they want you to think that that's not the origins.
Right.
But it's all over. Dude, Instagram, Telegram, like program, like these words, the television program you want.
Instagram, Telegram, program. Yeah. Do they know grams like a, what is it? It's a suffix, right? It's not a prefix. It's a suffix. Gram suffix. See, this is what happens when you don't like, this is what happens when you don't educate people. That which is drawn. So no, a gram is that which is drawn in our ancient, here, we'll go to the etymology of gram. Noun, word forming element. That which is written or marked. From Greek gramma. Wow, this is interesting. That which is drawn, a picture, a drawing. That which is written, a character, an alphabet letter. Okay, wow. Isn't this interesting, guys? Notice how not a single thing of witchcraft is mentioned here. Why is that? It's because they're trying to fucking hide it from you.
Watch. The shows are the program, okay? Like the channel, because you're channeling a message.
Whoa, channel? Because you're channeling a message. Holy fuck. That is genius.
And it's called the cast, because the people on the show that you watch are called the cast. They're casting a spell on you when you watch it. It's called the broadcast because they're broadly casting a spell on everybody who watches.
Wow.
It's right there in like front of your face, but people are, it's very deceptive.
Oh my God, you're right. Anthony Graham, as in pentagram.
Yeah, because they'll try to miselude the terminology and be like, oh, it doesn't actually mean that. It's spelled, oh, that word's spelled differently. That's the art of spelling. That's why the root term is spelling.
Oh, that word's spelled differently. That's the art of spelling. These are great.
It's called grammar. Yeah. Why? Because it's grimoire. It's gram. It's grim. It's the Grim Reaper. It's death.
It's death.
It's grim. This is where these sort of words come from. Yeah. So grammar, grimoire, grim. This is all witchcraft. And so that's why it's called spelling or cursive.
Have I heard of Time Cube? Fuck yeah, I've heard of Time Cube. You joking? Time is a cube, bro. It's got 4 sides. Time is most definitely... Yeah, time's a cube, bro. Time cube. Oh, that's sign. I didn't spell. Careful. Yeah, time is a cube, bro. Look at this. Oh, well. Time cube. It's got 4 sides. And you know who are protecting the 4 sides? Albert Einstein, Dick Cheney. Here. Dynamic time visualizer. Oh, no, I don't think that's it. Who else is it? It's George Bush, I believe. There's a couple people, and they're all protecting the borders of time.
You write in cursive.
Yeah, you're like, it's a curse, basically.
You write in, bro, it's a curse. There's no way. How are you this dumb?
They're telling you.
Dude, what
They're
the
telling
heck?
you, bro.
That's insane.
It's a cursing language, actually.
This actually reminded me of something that I want to ask you about. So, in a lot of our spelling today, there are like written curses in the language, but it seems like majority of the popular languages all come from Latin. And what's so interesting about Latin is I saw a video where this woman was speaking.
What's so interesting about Latin? All right, get ready. He's about to tell you something interesting about Latin. Stay tuned, folks.
Demonic tongues, and the demonic tongues were in Latin. So I guess I want to ask you, why do demons choose?
Demonic tongues were in Latin. Bro, I think demonic tongues are written in whatever the fuck they're feeling like. I'm about to say a curse. Schlim, schlam, schludity. Dude, that means I've got bad news for Nick. It's gonna fucking curse his other eye. Bro, fucking Nick here is demonic, bro. Why the fuck is he like virtue, you know, this motherfucker's demonic. He's missing an eye. Why do you think, what do you got? Okay, seriously. Why do you think he's missing an eye? Because he has a disease? Nah, it's because he sold the sight of one of his eyes to the demons. They want to act like, oh, no. It's because he has a disease. It's because he has a disease that makes him short. Nah. He sold his height and he sold his left eye. Yeah, I didn't mean to curse you guys. Here, I'll read off the anti-curse. Schloogity boogity ga. There we go. You're uncursed.
It's the language of Latin whenever they're trying to communicate through somebody when they're possessed.
Well, it's really interesting, actually, because there's, okay, so like in the Freemasons, it's a totally an occultic organization. People don't know it. I mean, it's a filtering system to see who's vulnerable.
Yeah.
But demons use multiple languages. They don't care a lot of times what the language is, but there is a lot of heavy emphasis on that because that's when the witchcraft like was born and started like brewing into our society. And so there will be a lot of stuff that is.
Wait, when? When the languages started? That's when witchcraft started? We gotta stop talking? Alright. Guys, we gotta stop talking from now on. No talking. I guess you can type, but no talking. We can't keep doing these curses. Only I'm allowed to talk now, alright?
Occultic related to Latin. But the I guess the it's just the chosen language at the time that permeated that sort of environment.
Yeah.
But really fascinatingly.
Why? It was just the chosen language at the time? Could it be because Latin sounds scary? Do you think it's because Latin may sound a little scary? I think that's why, personally. I think it's because they think Latin sounds a little scary.
Latin, though, you'll hear, like, in Freemasonry, they read out of these books.
Yeah.
And they have to memorize these words in Latin. It'll also be in Hebrew or Arabic, by the way, side note. And they
it can also be in Hebrew or Arabic. Well, isn't that kind of shifting the side? Like, it's shifting the goalposts. You're like, Latin is what they all read, except for when they read in Hebrew and Arabic. What a
these phrases, but they don't know what the phrases mean.
Mm-hmm.
But if you break them apart in different word sections, they will spell out different phrases. Like they might chant a word that sounds like gibberish, but when you put the emphasis on a different part of the words and you join them in different ways, like Baal Insi Aga, right? So Baal Insi Aga. Aga is king, Ensi is the Baal. Baal is the king, but they put it together.
Bro, what? Baal Insi Aga. Hold on, look how he did that. That is so impressive. I'm gonna start doing this. We need the conspiracy arc to get going. Once we hit 2,000 subs, I might do the conspiracy arc, or I think I'm gonna. You guys will see.
It permeated that sort of environment.
Yeah.
But really fascinatingly, Latin, though, you'll hear, like, in Freemasonry, they read out of these books.
Yeah.
And they have to memorize these words in Latin. It'll also be in Hebrew or Arabic, by the way, side note. And they memorize these phrases, but they don't know what the phrases mean.
Mm-hmm.
But if you break them apart in different word sections, they will spell out different phrases like.
Okay, here it comes. Baal Insi Aga. Okay, he said that really quick. Here, I'm gonna slow him down. Cause that was some fast talking right there. Slow him down. We'll make him a little slower too, all right?
They might chant
He sounds. Never mind.
a word that sounds like gibberish, but when you put the emphasis on a different part of the words and you join them in different ways, like Balenciaga, right? So
yeah, Balenciaga. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Balenciaga.
Aga. What does Incy mean? What does Incy mean? Incy?
Aga is king. Nc is the ball.
Yeah.
Ball is the king.
Incy is the. Ball is the. Wait.
Aga. Aga is king. Nc.
Okay, so Aga is king. Where does it say that? Aga? Does Aga mean king? I don't think so. Oh, wow. Okay. A title formerly given to great chiefs in Turkey. That must have been what he meant. Agaga. Aga. Agag is from what? Dynastic name of the kings. Oh my god. So Incy. So all we need is Incy. And then we have Ball. Obviously Ball means the demon ball, obviously. So Incy. All right, let's see, guys. Let's see. Oh no. Well, no, that's not right. Ain't it so? And so, yeah, that's not really working. So we just have King Ball, Ball King. They're trying to say Michael Jordan is God. Oh my God, that's gonna fucking really mess up the timeline.
Is the ball.
Yeah.
Ball is the king, but they put it together in one word, like Balenciaga, and they try to make new words out of things. But you're really inciting.
I think this is probably the best tone for them. Anyways, thank you so much. We're gonna watch Inky That Guy, ladies and gentlemen. Inky That Guy. Kind of a similar name here. Kind of a similar name. That guy doesn't exist. Inky That Guy. Kind of interesting. What does that mean? What do you guys think that means? What do you guys think that means? I think it means that the devil is in the details. And what do I mean by that? Well, like and subscribe and you may find out. Everybody that likes and subscribes instantly gets 5+ points to their intelligence. All right, what do we got here? The biggest disaster on YouTube. All right, let's see here. Whoa, this guy is powerful looking. Holy shit. Look at him. Excuse me, sir. Yinka That Guy. Inky That Guy. Inka. Pinky. I'm gonna call him Little Pinky. Alright? I think... Dude, he looks like a pinky, bro. Oh my... not big enough to be a thumb. Like me. But just big enough to be a pinky. There we go. Alright, let's see what videos he's got going on. Let's read his description. This is a new entry. This is like his bio. It's like, when in fighting games where they have like bios. Let's read it. Common sense isn't common. Oh, he's got a store? Unfiltered, unapologetic, built for real one. For real ones? Holy AI generated slop. Holy AI generated slop. Holy 2016 memes. Oh my god, it's all here. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, choose your chud. I should make a video game like that. All right. Feminist TikTok stars epic meltdown goes viral, and then this happens. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, this guy, I remember Benny Johnson reacted to this video too. Let's watch Anki. Let's watch Pinky. Pinky in the brain.
Did you just assume
this guy isn't Pinky? Oh, no way.
my gender?
Oh, he has that sound. That's annoying.
You said white man.
Okay, I see your point.
How do you know I'm not a woman?
I see your
How
point.
do you know I'm not a woman? I see your point. Haha, very funny.
I see your point.
You need to check your white privilege, your white female privilege.
We're just gonna put this on, 1.5. I hear if you watch it faster, it incurs less brain damage. So an unfunny meme to begin with, always good.
This is really all you have to do with these idiots. With their level of intelligence, there isn't anything else you have to do. You just identify as whatever you want to identify as, and according to what they believe in, they should treat you according to what you identify as.
Climate change is sexist, and it seems...
Bro, talk about bug eyes. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Like, that's obviously bullshit, and we can talk all day, about how bullshit that is, but holy fuck, bro. That's why I don't, always look at the camera. I think it's, distracting. Here, for the entire video, hold on. For the entire stream, let's just see if I can. There we go.
With their level of intelligence, there isn't anything else you have to do. You just identify as whatever you want to identify as, and according to what they believe in, they should treat you according to what you identify.
Yeah, they should treat you according to what you identify as. That's damn right. That's damn right what I believe. No, we just ask that you're kind and you're nice to people, bro. Who's asking you? Who's bro, nobody I've ever met in the wild demands you call them by the gender they want. I think the closest I came was just today when that woman was like, hey, are you calling me sir on purpose? And I didn't even realize. And then I called her by her appropriate pronouns. Do you guys think that's an epidemic right now? God? Yes, that's me.
Climate change is sexist, and it seems to be that women are particularly affected because of our body composition. We're less able to reduce our core heat. So I do earlier climate change was sexist. It also hits the poorest harder, and a point that he makes very well. I think as we look towards the future, we need to, as well as thinking about offering warm spaces through our local government colleagues and councils, we also need to start looking at offering cool spaces, air-conditioned places.
Is this really the point we've gotten to where people...
Bro, what? What's wrong with that? Huh? She's advocating for cool spaces. What's wrong with that? Is this really what we've come to? Yeah, people are dying in Europe, bro. I feel like I can't talk to him unless I look directly into my camera. Yeah. People are dying in Europe, bro.
People want to be victims so much that they're going to say that climate change is sexist, as if climate has a mind and is able to decide whether it's going to do something. Do these people not understand what words mean and how you can't say that a thing that is inanimate is sexist? These are the levels of stupidity that we've...
You can't say a thing that is inanimate is sexist. Well, I mean, is that even true? I'd say Yeah, you can't, like, maybe you can't necessarily, you know, I don't want to go too far on the semantics. Generally, he's right, but not all the time. And no, I could see how there is an argument that climate change disproportionately could affect women. I don't know if I'd agree with it, though. I don't know if that's a good telling.
Come to, and we're supposed to reason with these people, and we're supposed to live with people who think like this.
Do you believe America is the best country in the world?
I believe that America should be burned down to the ground and started over from scratch.
Oh, God. Oh, no, guys. Oh, my God. Did you guys hear that? How the fuck can I live? How the fuck can I live with people like this? How the fuck can I live with people like this? You tell me! How the hell am I supposed to live with people like this? Oh, true. McConnell is inanimate and still sexist. That's a great point. Oh, sorry, guys. I didn't realize. Let me just zoom in. Didn't realize I wasn't capturing enough there. My bad.
Like our forefathers intended.
What countries would you say are better than America right now?
I would say a lot of countries in Africa, because if you think about it, they're back to their hunter-nature gathering roots, and it's like, that's just so peaceful. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, so that's racist. Bro, that was racist as fuck. Yeah, I think this guy's lying. I think this guy's actually like a giant racist.
That was the most backhanded compliment I've ever heard. He basically said that Africans are so stupid, they can't invent anything, and they're still in their hunter-gatherer era. And it's very funny how this hunter and gatherer...
Bro, he's got a lion in... Oh my God. Bro's got a lion in the background. Roar! Holy shit, the dude actually has a lion in the background. Can you get any more cliche? Is that possible?
He talks of he can do in America, but for some reason he continues to use this so-called evil capitalistic society called America. You can literally hunt and gather for your own food if you really wanted to, but of course you're not going to do that.
Should people be treated differently based on their race?
What?
Yes or no? Should people be treated differently based on their race? It's just a yes or no question.
It's not a yes or no question.
It's a yes or no question.
It is a, as I said in the beginning of my testimony, America
yes or
has
no
not
is
done
fine.
right by indigenous.
Is this just a bunch of memes this guy reacts to? My videos are based on educational opinions and entertainment purpose. Wait, they're based on educational opinions and entertainment purposes only. By the way, notice why did he capitalize entertainment purposes and opinions and educational? That's a weird one.
Peoples, by black people, by Asian American and Pacific Islander
Should people be treated differently based on their race? Yes or no?
People should receive the services and the support and the remedies that
Your
are
answer
owed to
is
them.
that they should be treated differently based on their race.
It quite literally would be a yes or no question. It would be a dichotomous question.
It quite literally would be a yes or no. Bro, it's so dead. Bro, what's going... Is anything going on in there? Hello? Sir? I really don't think... He's just restating. It quite literally... Yeah, no shit. He just said a yes or no question. He's just restating what happened. Oh, no.
Question, there wouldn't be another answer, so I don't know what in the blue hell he's talking about. We've come to 2026 where now we have...
In the blue hell? Whoa, there's a blue
black
hell?
people who believe
I knew there was a red one. I never heard of a blue hell.
you should be able to treat people differently based on their race. But of course, in their world, it's not racism, and he can't even answer a question. Before we get back into the video, make sure you
guys, before we get back into the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. God, this guy's scary. There's just nothing going on in there. You guys ever heard, like, hold on. Oh, we're saving that for tomorrow. Have you guys ever heard, and that too, fuck. All right, the sound of wind going through a canyon, right? Don't Don't say anything. Have you ever heard of wind going through a canyon? Here. Hold on, hold on. Let's see if this we gotta hear it. Let's see if this is right. This is what his brain sounds like, guys. Hold on. I don't think this is quite... Doesn't describe it right, in my opinion. Neither does this. What the hell? No, I need wind going through... There we go. Here it is. Alright, this is his brain right now.
Guys, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and the most important thing, if you want to see my face and if you want to see me be confused, hit the notification bell so that you get notified when a new video comes out and you get to see me go through all of this craziness. Let's get back into the video.
Do you think all white people are oppressors?
I'm gonna go with yes.
I am actively feeling oppressed by you, by the way.
Wow.
In what way do you think you're actively oppressing me?
Oh, is this Matt Nuclear? Fucking Matt Nuclear, bro.
All white people contribute to racism in some way, whether they realize it or not.
In what ways are you actively contributing to racism?
By being a white girl from New York City.
By doing what?
By living here.
So if you left, you wouldn't be contributing
Yeah, so this is
to racism at all?
I think I should go back to Edinburgh. I think I should go back to Scotland, where my ancestors are from.
That's kind of cringe. What the fuck? What the hell? What a cringy take.
Ancestors are from like Western Africa. Should I go there as well?
If you want to.
So who should stay in America?
Native Americans.
That's it?
I'm pretty radical. Like, I think we should give all the land.
I'm pretty radical. We're on stolen land. Dude, the Hassan. What's up, everybody? 2026, we're on stolen land.
And back. I don't know how.
Are you actively living on stolen land?
Yes.
So if I were to break into your house, you'd let me stay because it's stolen anyways, right?
Maybe.
Let's say you didn't know me.
Okay, you got me. If someone came into my house, I'd probably call the police.
This is actually pretty fun.
This person can vote, by the way.
What if I told you that I believe I am a bobcat?
Good for you, man.
What would you
Is this literally just a highlight reel of... He just reacts. Well, alright. I don't want just your dumb shit reactions, but here, we'll watch a couple more here. I feel like he'll like this one.
I believe if you actually identify something, we should treat you as such. They're not joking. This is how the woke mind virus works. You begin to say it like,
the woke mind virus! Whoa! Beano! Beano! Everybody get down! Dude, look. Oh my god, bro. Can you stop thinking so hard? You're infecting the stream, bro. We can hear you thinking right now. Sir. Yinka. Sir. I can hear you think right now. Pinky. Pinky brain. Sir.
several times and people begin to believe the lie, so much so that if someone identifies as a bobcat, you're a bobcat.
The ones who support him are
Yep, I believe that.
Suburban, rural, and probably not that well educated.
You mean like those people over there?
Yep.
Okay. What?
Guys, notice. There's no wind. Oh, but then when the Trump flag comes in, the wind starts. What's going on with that?
What made you come to the conclusion to kind of categorize people like that based on their political leanings?
I watch the news.
Do you honestly think that most of his supporters are racist or prejudiced?
Yes,
okay.
I
Would
do.
you be willing to go over and talk to one right now and maybe see if we can bridge a divide?
Oh my God, it's Liberty Hangout. Oh, when the fucking worlds collide, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Liberty Hangout and Inca the guy.
And maybe talk?
Absolutely not. I haven't got time for them. I don't have time for them.
You wouldn't be willing just to hear their side and maybe prove you wrong so you can have a different outlook on a majority of the country?
No.
And there it is. You said you watched the news. We can conclude.
Bro, why does the wind start? Oh my God, the wind starts when we're watching him. Bro, look, where's this? Is there any life here? Is he a robot? Seriously, I mean, is he a robot? He's thinking. He's thinking right now. Hold on. Sir, are you a robot? He's thinking right now, guys. Hold on.
That you are indeed a stupid person.
When is the right age to talk?
Hey, that's mean. Hey, I didn't call you any mean words. I just said you were thinking. What, am I supposed... Oh, now I'm the bad guy. Inca's mad at me. All because I just said he was thinking.
To our kids about their racism.
Before they can talk? I mean it.
So it's my 6-month-old baby.
Why the hell not? Why the hell not?
My 6-month-old, and honestly, they've gone through 6 months of life. I've never talked to them about racism.
So my daughter's 4 years old. I am an anti-racist educator, quote unquote. She's still watching Disney movies, and she is choosing a white princess over princesses of color.
Have you talked to her about that?
All the time.
My 3-year-old daughter is her favorite princess is Moana.
Love it.
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
But then I also thought, there's a little bit of cultural appropriation here. She wants to be Moana for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we navigate that? Do I go and buy the Pacific Islander native attire for my white 3-year-old?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
But I guess what we might call the Moana problem here.
What I call the Moana problem. Wow, Matt Walsh. God, Matt Walsh, he's still funny, guys. He's still funny.
Is what, on one hand, is cultural appropriation. On the other hand, there's gravitating towards white characters.
Right.
So it's almost like no matter which way you go, you end up back in racism.
When they tell you that they're not brainwashing children and they're just allowing them to believe what they want.
Bro, this is like a 20-year-old meme. Hello? Can we get more recent? Maybe he gets more recent as time goes on.
Men's World Cup really closely, and it just got me very excited for the women's. I have no interest in the boys playing with balls.
If you've been too busy watching the Men's World Cup, there's been so much happening. The in-season tournament with the WNBA, the Softball World Cup, Gotham just sold out, the biggest women's sporting event in New York City that's ever happened. Women's Professional Baseball League announced all of their team names and their jerseys. Everything is happening constantly. It never ends. The business side of women's sports is booming. Anyone that walks in this door, you know that they love women's sports and they're here because they want to see women succeed.
We have seen stories similar to this, and I've covered it on this channel, where feminists want to make certain things exclusive to only women. They usually go out of work and the whole business shuts down. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that.
Bro, what? What a weirdo. God, this guy hates women too. I mean, if I was in his position, I might as well. You know what I mean? Not much going on there.
Do that.
Surah 65 ayah 4, their iddah is 3 months. And then it says so too for women who have not yet menstruated. And then when you go to Surah 33:49, oh believers, if you marry believing women and then divorce
Bro, this is what is this racist
them before you have
bullshit?
touched them, you are not to count for them any iddah. You have to touch your girl to have an iddah, and the iddah of a prepubescent girl is 3 months.
Like drinking, for example, it came like some sort of like in stages.
Right.
If you told them like stop drinking at all once, will they like be okay with that? No, it would be really hard.
Right. It would have been hard for them to stop drinking, so you do it in stages. So it would have been hard to stop having with children, so you do it in stages.
At our time, it would be impossible. You know, it would be like strictly. If she was kind of, let's say, like abused or something, wouldn't she like talk ill about the prophet?
Right. Yeah. Every time people are, they always.
All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? Anyways, I got to, I think I'm gonna, I feel bad. It's just a compilation of racist bullshit. Here, let's see what he has to say.
The sad thing is feminists want people like this to live with you, and they believe nothing will happen, while at the same time they complain about not being able to go out at night. But these are the people they want to live in your country. The levels of mental gymnastics they'll try to go through to try and defend their pedophilic prophet because of the fact that he engaged in disgusting actions is amazing.
Amazing.
Whoa! Whoa, bro! Yeah, it's almost like you... Okay, I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, I'm gonna head out, guys. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you to Ozzy Welder for $16. Shavila for the 10 or for the gifted sub and hold on, I have to get to the fan funding. One moment. Oh, just shout out to Ozzy Welder and Shavila. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are gangsters. Anyways, I'm going to rate you to... Who am I rating you today? I am going to rate you guys to probably tomfoolery. I imagine it's going to be tomfoolery today. Yes, tomfoolery. So, go check out tomfoolery. Until then, join the Discord. If you don't join the Discord, you hate freedom. And also, have a great day. All right? Can you have a great day for me? You better have a great day, or else you're getting arrested. All right. See you guys later. Peace.
Where the past comes back to